Alright, you guys, welcome back to Runtpack Goes Plane Walking. Let's get into it. This is episode 5, and as you will remember from last time, we were in the city of Surcad, a somewhat rift between planes, where the wizard Zavrix is the only one who can bring people out. We got in, but that seems to have been somewhat of an anomaly. Zavrix told us he would help us get to Waterdeep, where our companion Vinny is from, and where also supposedly better wizards who could help us more are from. But first, we had to go to the Feywild to recover his familiar, Nibbles, right?
Yeah, I think it was Nibble. Well, you started calling her Saffron.
Pejorative name.
Oh my god, I'm getting to that. It was Nibble. Nibbles was the cat's name. So then we go to the Feywild. We had a few valiant hours of climbing the side of this hill without using the ladders that were just right there.
That was great content, guys. That was really good podcast content.
Yeah, notably, I fell to my death. And upon falling unconscious, two separate things happened. The body Orpheus is inhabiting stood up and jumped off another cliff to kill itself again, without Orpheus contributing to that. Meanwhile, Orpheus awoke back in Valhalla and saw some familiar faces, if only for a moment. I was healed. I didn't actually die, I guess. D&D mechanics-wise, I went unconscious. I was healed by Hire. We got up that damn mountain. We solved Mason's mountain puzzle to reach a giant... Well, okay, before we got to the tree, there was this dryad lady who was fixing a boat. We didn't really figure out what was going on with her. She did point us in the right direction of the cat, though, who was up a giant tree, comedically. In this tree, there was a big hot spring thing, and there was a cat person species, what they called?
Tabaxi?
Yeah, boy. There was a tabaxi, a elf, and an ogre, I believe? Yeah, an enormous green ogre. We learned that the tabaxi was in fact Nibbles, though they prefer not to be called Nibbles. They didn't really have a preferred name though, so I offered Saffron because they're orange. Their friend, the ogre, who is named Red Hands, walked with us to get the tabaxi back to Zavrix. Though on our way out, the high elf warned us that Nibbles/Saffron is not to be trusted and will likely try to steal from us. As we got to the portal back to Zavrix, Nibbles/Saffron tried to convince us to stay in the Feywild and eat or have sex, which are both better in the Feywild, which we denied. But after they stepped through the portal,
food part.
Yeah. After they stepped through the portal with Hire, I ate a crumb off the floor, and now I'm cursed to never enjoy the taste of food again. So,
Probably your bad.
But it goes away.
the punishment fits the crime. Back in Surcad, we went to the inn that Malagus got for us. Malagus, who was drunk and like just sort of chilling under a streetlight.
God bless.
Yeah. The inn he has selected is known as the Smoldering Corpse, named after the Smoldering Corpse, which sits in the tavern area. It is a man who is eternally burning as he is bound to the plane of elemental fire. If that sounded like it doesn't hurt him anymore, it still does, and he's screaming all the time, and that's why this inn is so cheap, because nobody wants to live here.
It's a great inn.
Yeah. The barkeep was super cool, though. Her name is Jackknife. We talked to her for a while, got some intel on the city. What stood out to me most was that we learned that a ghost from Valhalla was currently staying in this inn. After that, Malagus brought us up to the rooms, where everyone else is safe and sound, including Jaya and the cow in one room. The cow named Gravy, of course. And the Father Lucius, who was tied to the toilet in the other room and passed out, presumably painfully. I think Hire and DULUM slept there, and then in the other room, Vinny and Bagatha were asleep.
I slept under the bed, thank you.
Yeah.
That was confusing for me.
Vinny and Bagatha were asleep. And then I went to go visit this other ghost from Valhalla and met instead a small elven boy who looked about human equivalent of 10 years old for an elf that's probably like 20 or 30. And he claimed that while he was not currently possessed, he had been being possessed on and off by a ghost named Deimos. But she was gone at the moment, so I left him with a note telling her to contact me if she comes back. Then I went to our room, and Malagus and I had a little spa day, which involved him ripping out most of my hair. And last but not least, Orpheus learned the code word to activate the bee robot that has been in his bag this whole time. And that catches us up to date. Now, before we get into the episode, we have a very special guest star today. Xavier, do you want to say hi?
Hi! Oh my god. Happy to be here. Oh my god.
We're so happy to have you. Welcome.
Welcome to the show, Xavier. Yes,
Thanks.
Jaya cannot join us today. That's all right. She'll be gone for a while. But we welcome Xavier to the party.
Woo!
Hopefully, we'll see Xavier's character at some point today. Who knows?
What do you mean,
Probably won't make
hopefully?
I
Just
believe
have to sit here for
he
6
should
hours.
Sit in the inn all day and rot.
Yeah, we just haze him by having his character never introduced.
Walk through the door. I'm not leaving.
You better break in.
Nobody comes in, nobody goes out.
So, welcome back, everyone. As Maisie just mentioned, you guys are all, you had just long rested, or basically was entering into a phase of long resting. Higher, I believe you had just done your conversation with your god.
Mm-hmm.
As well, Orpheus, you have a new companion. This mechanical little bumbling creature, a bee about the size of like a handbag. I'm quite sure, larger than a football, I imagine.
I would say like roughly the size of an average to small cat.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the size of a cat, our cat size, who's ginormous and hefty, but
Very
an
large.
average to small cat.
Average to small. Okay. So your bee is pretty heavy. It's mostly made of copper and leather, but you've now learned the code word for it, and it can move around with you. It follows you about as a little servant.
Fuck yeah.
So you guys all long rest. If I recall right, I think half of you, it was higher. Are you under Malagus's bed or are you under Jaya's bed?
Oh god, I think I picked a bed. I would have gone for a middle bed. And I think I was in the room not with Malagus.
Okay, cool. So there's like a bovine fucking monster sleeping near you. You get that stench all night, which is really nice.
Oh good, yeah. No, it's comforting at this point. We're used to it.
DULUM spent its night with Father Luces in the bathroom, comforting him, I suppose.
I mean, he's
Sure.
a party member.
Yeah, I mean, he's a prisoner.
He's got a blanket. I don't think prisoners get blankets.
That's true. You did give him a blanket. That is important. Well, before I forget, Maisie told me to remind you guys that you have like weird foreign fruit that you kept.
Oh yeah, I found that while listening to episode 1. We found that freaky dimensional fruit, and I was like, I can't believe we forgot we have this. I can't believe no one's eaten it yet.
Oh, we're eating that shit.
Oh yeah.
So you guys have that as an option. You don't have to eat it now. But you all long rest. The day had come to an end, and Surcad, the night is sort of dominated by these waves that crash up against the first floor of housing. So you sort of fall asleep to the sound of the ocean outside of your window. It doesn't smell like the ocean, just because you're not sure if it's salt water, but regardless, it's sort of a nice calming sound. And you all wake up to the galaxies above you shining down bright. Again, just at your fingertips, you see all of these stars that look to be just inches away, lighting up the world. You all sort of creak to life to the, I suppose I would call it familiar sound now of, oh my god. It's slightly drowned out by being a couple walls away, but it is definitely not hard to miss the sound of the screaming, man. As you all awake, Father Luces begins yelling, Where am I? Free me from here at once.
Good morning, Father.
You brought me here, you tortured me for so long. What more
This
can I
unit
give
has
you?
done neither of those things.
I've given you my life, and you won't take it. What is this torture?
You are not being tortured.
Then free me.
Will you cooperate?
What city are we in? I could give you all of my gold and make my way to we're close to Tribor, yes?
We are in Sirikad, an interdimensional city.
God damn it! Take me back to the material plane.
Yes, I'm glad we can agree on something.
Good. Then how about this? If you untie my hands, then I will be sure to not hurt you.
This unit can assure you, you will not hurt it.
Then we are in agreement. Please free me.
Will you try to run?
It seems I have nowhere to go. We are surrounded by forest and interdimensional world, yes? So, I have nothing.
This unit is glad you have come around. And then I'll just start untying him.
He, kind of rubs at his raw wrists. You notice, you didn't tie these rows particularly tight, but his thrashing and likely many attempts to escape have led to his wrists being all worn down, bloody. He's got raw hands, and, you notice even his, teeth have some small pieces of rope in them where he was likely chewing at this thing. He rubs at them though. You see him hold a what looks to be a necklace around his neck with the spiritual symbol of Chantea, the goddess of harvest. He holds it and whispers a couple words very quickly, and you see him stretch out his hands a little bit. And he looks at you with sort of a delirious look in his eye, and he says, "Food, I need food this minute."
Yes, right away. I'll get up. I'll look in my 20-foot bag. How is it looking?
We got some fruit going on.
You open your bag. You said you were practicing throwing rope down? Had you actually thrown rope down?
I mean, yeah, I guess where else would I put it?
Right. You open the bag, you see your 50-foot rope sort of trail down into this endless abyss. Again, this is such an odd feeling as you're holding what is effectively a satchel that was given to you by Malagus. But as you open it and look down, you are looking into what you would guess is something like a 40 by 40-foot room. It's deep, it's wide. It is sort of discolored in the same way the satchel was itself. You see very, very far away, again, 40 feet, you're having to look pretty far in the distance here. Your rope coils a bit on the ground, and there looks to be a few baubles and trinkets there, but it's hard to make out what they were. As you look in here, this is the first time you've seen this. You're sort of glancing around at here. There's not a lot of light in here, but opening up your room that you now have in your satchel, you see what was not there yesterday. There is a doorway in that room.
Oh no.
It leads off somewhere. You can't see where it leads because it's just pitch black, but the doorway seems to be almost made out of the same material as the satchel. This entire room sort of has this bag-like quality where even though it's all very flat, still walls, they all have a sort of tapestry over them as if they were, what do you do to couches where you staple fabric onto them, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like reupholstered, sort of?
Yeah, it's just there's upholstery on all the walls. And the doorway that you see is also of this, it's like fabric. The same fabric the bag is made out of. You can't see where it leads.
Okay, I'll just close that.
You close it.
Apologies, this unit does not seem to have any food at the moment. Would you like to go into the tavern?
Yeah, damn it, go find me some then.
Sure
You owe me
thing.
this much.
Sure thing. I'll get up and start looking for my friends to see if they're waking up.
Okay, you make your way out. The rest of you are starting to wake up, I assume. Jaya sort of waves to you guys. I think I'm gonna spend the day here with the cow again, just make sure he trusts me real good. We were sort of getting along yesterday, and I'm just looking to sort of form this pack bond with this creature. Perhaps, it'll outlive me, and when I die, this will be like my old dog.
Are you guys making progress?
Well, he's not glowing red anymore, so I think we might be, yeah.
Sounds less evil.
That's what I'm saying. So I'll be spending the day here, but you guys go off and do your stuff.
If I've learned anything, it's that you can make things unevil by simply spending time with them.
Malagus sort of speaks up at that. That's a very, very childish and fucking immature mindset that you have.
Malagus, I think you should be grateful for that mindset, because I'm pretty sure it's the only reason you're still here.
Hey buddy, how's your hangover? Good? Bad?
Why don't you all just shut the fuck up until I can get some meal in me, yeah? Besides, where are we even going today? Why am I leaving? Perhaps I'll just rot in this room that I paid for all day.
Are you always hungover? Is that why your personality is so bad?
Just leave it at
Honestly,
the door. I
that
have
would
no
make a lot
fucking
of
business.
sense.
It would.
I have no discussion with any of you about this. You're all practically fucking children around me. I feel like I'm hurting cats and animals and disgusting vermin all day.
You know what? Can I ask, Malagus? You're always calling us children, but how old are you?
Well, in terms of the material plane, I suppose my years would number up in there of 7 and 20. Just been a hard years.
That's not that old! That's probably about how old Iceland is. And that's much younger than me.
Well, you come from Ghost Plane, so I don't trust you and I don't like you.
You're so touchy.
I mean, you're kind of ancient, yeah, but like not in like a bad way.
How old are you, Dragon?
23 or so. I don't know. I don't really have like a defined birthday, but like, you know, around there.
I'll repeat myself, children. Besides, I don't really care about small folk in terms of age. You're all smaller than me anyway.
I can drink mead, so I'm pretty big.
Well, I suppose the robot can't drink meat, can you, bud?
This unit can always try.
Infant. Hey, what was that old man screaming about in the bathroom, by the way? Did you slit his throat yet?
No, this
Jesus.
unit will not be doing that.
Well, he's been asking for it all day.
My apologies. However, he does request some food.
Well, we could make our way downstairs. Vinny was asking me this morning if we've made any headway on escaping this plane. Should I tell him that we're fresh out of ideas because we're all idiots?
So that's actually we've made a lot of progress. Because we did Zephyrix's task, and then he said he would help us go to Waterdeep. So we're basically ready, I think.
Well, you
There's
shouldn't
ups
trust
and
the deal.
downs. We've achieved Zavrix's task, but we do now have another party member in the loosest sense who also wants to go home to her separate home. It's the cat. Is the cat with us right now?
Yes. Yeah, there is a medium-sized orange cat in your room that is already awake. It didn't sleep. I assume it sort of did the same thing DULUM did, where it went into like a sort of trance to fall asleep. But the cat with you, it sort of does a. That's you.
Yeah, it's that one. You met it last night. It's the cat you tried to kick when you were really drunk.
Oh shit! I thought that was a dream. You're telling me we really have just street animals in with us? Those things have fleas and vermin and gnats and perhaps some sort of worm infestation in their organs.
I'd assume you have all those and more.
Well, in the Feywild, this is a tabaxi woman, so.
Oh, a tabaxi. Wow, well, it's nice to meet you, lady. And he sort of approaches the cat and leans down at it and then, goes to, push it. Sort of
I
like
would
a shove.
try to strong arm him away from the cat. What's your problem with the cat?
He performs a small shove and goes, I just don't like it. Don't stay. Get away from me, all right? I don't want you near me. And he points a crooked finger at the animal.
Is the cat taking away attention from you, buddy?
He, immediately just goes completely cross in his face and goes, I'm fucking leaving, and stomps out the door.
All right, that one's actually on me, guys. That's my bad.
Throws the door open,
I
leaving it
think
wide
you're
open.
alright.
I'll follow for food.
Yes, I also do want to go to breakfast, so I will follow his storm out.
Okay, you guys make your way out. Vinny and Bagatha sort of join you. Vinny, the tiefling boy from Waterdeep, goes, hey, listen, it's good to see you guys this morning. I haven't seen you in a day or so since you went traveling. Listen, me and Bagatha were talking, and we were saying maybe we want to explore the city a little bit, see a lay of the land. I don't know how long we're going to be here, but if it's longer than a week, then it would be nice to know where, a general store is and, the doctor. I don't know if I ever told you guys, but I have a whole host of health issues that I run into quite frequently.
Oh,
What's
no.
the scale of your health issues, Vinny?
Well, have you ever heard of scabies?
No.
Well, that's real bad. Also, the stone lung, I had that for a while, still keeps that around a little bit. There's that rot flesh. You ever had that? That's a real nasty piece of work. Of course, I don't have it anymore. I got my shots for it, but it's always nice to check up with a physician.
I want to stand as far from Vinny as I can.
I'm not sick, I promise. It's just really everyone from Waterdeep gets it. I'm actually kind of worried about you guys going there because there's sort of this sickness they call it. It's sort of the traveling sickness that you get when you appear in Waterdeep. All the locals got it when we were age 2, but you're gonna get it showing up. It's just a real sick town.
Do you know if it can be healed at all, or are we just gonna have it?
What do you think? I made of money? I can't pay some fancy priest 5 gold pieces for them to cast cure diseases on me.
Can
see.
I pay 5 gold pieces for a priest to heal you?
Wow, Mr. Moneybags over here, huh? I don't like to open shit.
Well,
Listen, buddy.
no,
in
you're
Water
right.
Deep,
My
we
bad.
must
I'm
say it.
sorry.
We say it like this.
I didn't mean it like
someone
that.
If you owe someone a favor, what you're doing, you're owing them your life. And that right there, my friends, not what I'm about.
Vinny, I mean this in the nicest way possible, but you already owe us a whole host of favors. So can't you just get over this one?
He sort of looks awkward. I mean, it's real nice of you to say hi. You're a real nice guy, you know. I like you a lot. So, I mean, if I can, like, I don't know, maybe I can get you something at my dad's blacksmith shop. Make you something nice. You want like a dagger or something? I just learned how to make daggers.
Wow, that'd be super cool, Vinny. That sounds great.
You mean it, or are you being passive aggressive? A lot of people think daggers are stupid.
I mean, I'm not sure if I really know how to use one, but I could always learn. I just think it's cool that you'd be making it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I can show you how if you ever want to learn.
Dulum, when he says a lot of people think daggers are stupid, I look at you and I nod.
I mean, it's fine if you think they're stupid. I can also make arrowheads, and I've been working on this new thing. It's called a shuriken.
Oh my god, that sounds new and like you made it up.
No, it's sort of international, you know.
Oh. What's it
Anyway,
like?
sorry if I was coming off a bit harsh. That's just my water deep tone, you know. People got to be tough on the streets. It's like a little throwing star.
Whoa, a star you can throw?
Pretty cool, right?
Vinny, are you actually tough by Waterdeep standards?
I mean, I've had my, you know what? I've gotten in a fight in the streets in Waterdeep before. I did not win, but they didn't get all my money, so I would call that a win.
But you just said it wasn't a win.
I feel like you're getting confused.
But it did take some of your money, but not all of it.
Yeah. Well, it's just in Waterdeep, you know, you keep some gold in your shoe, you keep some gold under your tongue, you keep some in the coin purse that you wrap around your waist. That's the dummy purse. They always fall for that one.
But they don't fall
Oh.
they don't go for the shoe. Or
But usually they can hear it when I'm like, hey guys, stay away from me. And they hear the gold in my mouth.
Maybe
like you're
that's
all
why they're
stupid.
approaching you. Sorry. never mind.
Yeah, I probably look real goofy. I also walk weird because the gold kind of hurts my feet. My
Mason,
dad
has
has
been even
stopped
walking
asking
weird?
My dad has stopped asking me to go to the bank to deliver the paychecks because I do, in fact, lose a lot on the way. Sorry, I don't
Vinny,
mean
you really got to start carrying a knife or something. How
Well,
did
that's
you
what I'm
let this
making.
happen? Well, can't your dad make you a knife?
I'm not very good with a blade. Not really a fighting man.
Words can be just as powerful. So,
That's sort of what I think. Sorry, I got sidetracked here. I was starting this off saying we want to explore the town a little bit. You guys are free to join us if you want. We were going to stop by some of the shops and find a general store, or you can go on your own way. I mean, you know, we're probably looking for more of the low-down stuff. I'm sure you're looking for more of the scary stuff, like the fighting stuff.
I think we were gonna go to the automaton store to get DULUM cleaned. Besides that, I don't know. What does one
and I mean,
need?
bread sounds really good.
Oh,
I just wish there was like a bakery or something.
at first, Orpheus looks super excited about the bakery, and then extremely despondent.
Well, you haven't had food since, you know?
But dude, I thought you said I know. Like after I ate it, I like had the feeling that I would
Oh, you
never
know.
enjoy food
But you
again.
don't know how bad it'll be yet, you know?
Okay, we should go to the bakery after breakfast.
Yeah, I think we should too. Should we try to find Zephyrix, or what are we gonna do with that?
I think we should, but I think we should stock up here first. If Waterdeep is as much of a hellhole as Vinny makes it sound, it might be better for us to have bread and stuff from here.
Well, listen, we can buy rations, me and Bagatha, when we're out today. I've got some coin. I can buy you guys some rations and some common general goods, and we'll meet you guys later tonight, all right?
All right, sounds like a plan.
All right,
Sounds
see
good.
ya.
Thank you,
And the two
Vinny.
make their way out. You guys make your way into the tavern proper now, into the room with the burning man in it. Fuck! He continues screaming.
As Vinny and Bagatha leave, I want to turn to the party. Does it disturb anyone else that they're going on a date?
No.
They're dating?
I don't know. They spend a lot of time, just the two of them. And Vinny makes Bagatha tiny clothing. I know I'm not one to judge as a ghost in a human's body, but I abstain from all romantic and sexual encounters, and it's strange to me that the doll is able to fuck someone.
Wait, they're fucking? Oh my god.
I don't know, but I think it's inevitable now.
Wait, he said he was gonna make me a dagger. Is that the same thing as making someone else clothes?
I'd keep an eye out for it.
Oh god.
It's a euphemism. Okay, you guys make your way into the bar. You see Malagus is already sat at the bar. He's got a what looks to be some sort of murky beverage in front of him, and he's already looking pretty haggard for the morning.
Can I walk up and smell the beverage?
He's sort of got it in his hand, so as you approach it with your schnoz out, he sort of pulls it away and goes, "What's your problem?"
Let me smell it.
No, stay away.
Can I have a sip?
No. I paid
Please?
for this. That's why I'm paying for your room.
I know, so what's the drink on top of it? Come on, just a sip, just a sip. I want to reach for it.
Alright, give me a sleight of hand check.
Alright.
You guys see Jackknife is tending to the bar, looks to be cleaning it off with her giant metallic robot hand that she has on Old Lefty. She wipes it down with a huge, like, oilcloth, and sort of gives you guys a nod as you walk in.
It's a natural 1 dexterity check.
Okay, alright. You go to grab it. He sort of pulls it away at the same time, and you grab just the edge of it, and as he's pulling it away, the entire thing spills onto the bar.
Look what you've done!
God damn it, you fucking... Oh! Malagus stands up and storms out now. Out into the street.
Such
Well,
magic.
Smell
at
it
least he's
now.
not drinking.
It smells strongly cinnamon.
Does it seem alcoholic?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
As you spill it, Jackknife sort of throws her hands up as she had almost just finished cleaning off the bar, and you've just made a mess of it. And she goes, "What's your problem, fuck?"
It's an 8 perception. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to keep him sober for the day. If you have a towel or something, I'd be happy to clean it up.
She kind of tosses the oilcloth at your face. It catches awkwardly, and you grab it.
Are you mad at me, Jackknife, besides this?
No reason to be. Just your buddy Malagus was walking around here talking a big talk for how much he was not feeling great this morning, and I just can't help but think you guys might egg him on a little bit. And she gestures to the spilt drink.
Oh god, it is my fault.
You think we're the ones putting him in a bad mood? Is that what you mean?
I mean, I've only seen the 2 encounters, last night and this morning, and between the 2 of them, I would say that you are all just as much at fault as he is, though he's no saint either. Now, would you? And she points at the mess.
Yeah, I said to cleaning it.
Okay, with your 8 perception, you do think that it was probably alcoholic. You're not sure, but pretty
Okay. Okay. God damn.
sure. What else would you guys like to do?
Jackknife, do you serve breakfast here for free?
Oh, sorry, this isn't a bed and breakfast proper. I don't have a lot. I could get you some crackers or croutons. I believe I have a few olives in the back. Not really a bed and breakfast, it seems.
It's alright. Malagus promised there would be breakfast with raisins, is why I ask, but it's no worries. We can just go find food somewhere else.
Oh yeah, so there's a nice bakery just a few floors beneath us. I
With
believe
Greyhawk?
yes, that's the one.
Yeah, she's the best. Okay.
She's quite nice. She's one of my closer friends in this city.
Oh.
Regardless, there's also some finer restaurants if you're looking to dine. It is, it's not necessarily something you have to, but I suppose I could sell you a few of the just sort of hardtack rations that I keep around for travelers if you want to eat light this afternoon. I just wouldn't call it breakfast. It's more of a nutrient brick.
Usually works for me.
Sure. And she kind of reaches under the bar and pulls out 4 nutrient bricks and passes them over. That'll be 4 copper pieces.
Oh yeah. I'll pay her. Do I have? I guess I don't have copper.
But you had silver.
I have here,
Okay.
I pull out of my bag the melted hunk of copper pieces, and I'll start trying to pull one off.
These things are like welded together. You want to give me a strength check to try to pry one off?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
My
Do you think
rolls
it's
have just been
probably
so good.
30 to 50 copper pieces altogether in this chunk?
I'm rich. And it's a 5.
Yeah, you can't pry this apart. You don't think you will ever be able to.
Okay.
You're not as
Back in
strong
my
as you
bag.
used to be. She sort of shoots you a raised eyebrow as she sees it and goes, "You got something for me?"
It's just a lot of copper pieces melted together, but I don't think they have any value in this form.
How about this? I'll put it on your tab. We'll call it a clean 25, and you can have up to 25 worth of copper out of the store on me.
You want this thing,
Yeah, I've got a friend that could melt it down into something usable.
but you agreed to... Wait. Give me a second. I'm not good with money, but you offered 25 gold for this.
25
Plus
copper.
another 25... Yeah, sorry, 25 copper plus another 25 copper. Which would be more than the value of this as just coins.
No, just 25. That's the entirety.
Alright, then I'll hold on to it. It's not really mine to sell either way.
All right, and she begins removing the nutrient bricks from the desk.
Okay, sorry. We're new to this. I'll just give her a silver.
Okay, she takes it, kind of gives you a nod. See, there's a gentleman who knows the value of currency. She pulls out 10 nutrient bricks and passes them all over to you.
Thank you. Scarfing
These
it.
are like bread that has been baked like 100 times over on top of itself in very thin, sort of crumbly layers. It's extremely thick, and you see sort of like shoved in it at odd angles are little balls of what you imagine are protein or fiber or some sort of vegetation.
Vegetative.
Vegetable.
That's my favorite Dragon Ball Z character.
Veget. Nice. Thank you, Veget. You have these 10 now. They're each one is about the size of what you would imagine is like a protein bar in our words, but they're extremely dense, and it's sort of, you need a lot of water to get through them, and they taste about as nice as like white bread, maybe a little drier. You guys each get one of these. DULUM, do you want to eat this?
No, I'll immediately start walking up the stairs to go to the father.
Great. Higher, you can add all these nutrient bricks to your inventory if you want. You think they make great kindling? They look really flammable.
Nice.
Okay,
Higher,
Do you guys think it would help, like, to kindle the fire, or do you think that would make it worse?
I think that would make it worse.
Okay.
It's worth a shot, but
Do you think
I
he's
don't actually
hungry?
think it is.
All of last night, all I could think about was, like, does this guy get to sleep? Like, how long has he been awake? Like, what happens, like, if we don't sleep? Like, I'm,
Are you feeling all right, Higher?
yeah. I'm just worried about this guy, and I feel like every second we stand here, we're wasting because we're not saving this guy, and he's just like an infinite pain. And there's just like we're just,
Well, have you considered he's already been here for a lot of seconds, so I don't imagine a few extra would bother him.
Fuck, it hurts so bad.
It looks like it's bothering.
I don't know how we would even go about helping him.
I know, it's something we can look for later, I guess.
Jackknife, sort of hearing your conversation, leans over to the bar a little bit and goes, "Listen, if it's just between us, you really do get over it. I sort of imagine it as if it's some sort of illusion that's happening. I mean, you can go up and touch him, sure, but he doesn't actually radiate that much heat. It's hard to burn yourself on him, so perhaps it's just some fake illusion that some, crazy wizard put up here, And she gives you like a worried smile.
You said you spoke to him a few years back, right?
Yes, that's right.
Did he mention whether or not he's in constant pain?
Well, he was very anxious the entire time I was talking with him, just because he was like, God, I can't wait for it to go back, because then at least I know it'll hurt, because right now the not knowing is worse.
Huh.
But we had a nice conversation otherwise.
What did you talk about?
Well, I was asking about, how he got here. He was asking me how business was. It's very commonplace. He was willing to lend a hand with some of the more private things that I needed to get done. When I first moved in here, I sort of spoke to him a lot, just the two of us at night. I sort of told him a lot of secrets, and I suppose I made a friend out of him.
I give you, Higher, the most horrified eye contact.
Well, we'll make a friend out of him yet, hopefully.
Here's the hoping.
You said he, like, it like doesn't burn you if you touch them?
Yes, that's right. It's sort of a cold flame.
Hire goes up and immediately hugs him and starts like whispering in his ear, like, "We're gonna get you out of this. You're okay. We're gonna be back so soon."
Hey, you approach him. He is floating off the ground a bit, so you sort of have to like jump up to get to him.
I'll completely jump up.
Perfect. You jump up. It's a very odd feeling to grab onto this burning figure. It looks like it would be hot. The flames are lapping up the desiccated corpse of whatever this person used to be. And as you're pushed up against him, the flames roar around your ears. You can barely hear yourself talk, and yet you don't feel anything. It's not hurting you or burning you in any way. It honestly just feels like touching a slightly warm rock.
Interesting. Okay.
He does not react or respond at all to what you say. He just keeps screaming.
Yeah, he heard me. I could tell.
So
But,
Jackknife, he only came to life the once, or he only came to his senses the one time?
Well, I have no other way to fix him. I mean, there's no
I was
endless
just curious.
potential. I've been told from the previous owner that a few times some powerful wizards came through here and were able to extinguish him for longer conversations. But since my time as the proprietor here, he's only been the once.
I see, alright.
Well,
Oh, by the
I
way-
think at one point we did want to talk to the bringer of pain, right?
Do we want to talk to the Lady of Pain?
You don't want to talk to her. She's old and crotchety now.
She seems
Well-
sort of scary.
Maybe she could reverse this.
She was the one who caused this, so I sort of think she'll be the last person to go back on.
Hey, Jackknife, while we're here, my friend Cecil is staying upstairs. You know him, little elven boy.
Yeah, sir. Are you aware if he has any parents? I'm just sort of worried about him.
That's what I was forgetting. I was supposed to take him home to his parents today. Look, I'll pick him up this afternoon. I have a little errand to go on with my robot friend here. Well, upstairs, he needs to be cleaned. But I told Cecil I'd return him to his parents this afternoon. I'm a little worried he's going to wander off on his own, so could you just keep an eye out? And if he leaves this place, would you ask him where he's going so I can find him?
Can do. And she holds out a hand.
I'll shake it.
Okay. She looks
Which hand?
confused by this, but returns the shake and gives you firm eye contact.
I pull up my goggles to return firm eye contact.
Great.
Okay.
DULUM, you've headed up to the room. You've got your nutrient brick in hand. As you go for the door, you find that it is locked.
Okay.
Expectantly, you sort of hear a shout from inside. You can't take me. I will remain in here as long as it takes. I will starve myself to death if need be.
Father, are you in danger?
Yes, in danger of you. Stay away from here. Give me enough time to understand my surroundings, and if you come in here, I will open this window and cast myself into the sea.
That would actually make things easier, as this unit could easily drag your body through a portal.
Is that a threat? You monster. Who are you
It is
working
no
for?
threat. This unit is working for Mechanus. Can you
You
please
want
open this door?
put you up to this?
No. Would you like to open this door so you can eat?
You can eat my fist if I open this door.
This unit could.
Are you trying to be intimidating? I'm getting it.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
It's gotta be an intimidation check.
You want to roll persuasion? Or intimidation, whichever's higher, really.
Okay, I think DULUM is trying to be persuasive, but is intimidating, so
Mm-hmm.
it's a 15 intimidation.
Nice, okay. You hear silence for a few moments, and the door is hesitantly unlocked and cracked open as you see Father Luce sort of poke his head through the crack in the door. You're getting to see him now in the light of the hallway. You do see that he is looking a bit worse for wear. When you had met him just a few days prior, he seemed very opulent. He was wearing very fine, clean robes to his goddess. He had a sort of disposition about him that seemed very authoritarian, if not just somebody in authority. But now he's disheveled, his hair is greased back and sort of all over the place. His eyes are sunken in as if he hasn't slept in a while. And you do notice he looks pretty hungry as he looks at you and then at the brick in your hand.
I'll put out my hand with the brick to give it to him, and then I'll say, this unit is getting cleaned this afternoon. If you would like, we could try to find some more for you as well.
He snatches the brick out of your hand and sort of closes the door again. And then talking through it again, he says, I'll clean myself here. There's a bathtub. That's what humans do, all right? Just leave me alone for the day. Let me come to my thoughts.
All right.
And it goes silent.
All right, I'll turn around and go back to my friends in the bar.
Cool, you return.
I like to think Jaya's in there and just fully letting him yell at DULUM.
You return back. The three of you are in the bar now. Malagus is outside, theoretically.
All right, should we head to meet what was his name? Samir at the I don't remember his shop's name, but where we were gonna get DULUM cleaned.
Yes, the broken compass.
Thank you. I rub your head.
All right, the three of you guys head outside. You find Malagus sort of leaning up against a slant post up by the bar nearby. He sort of has his back away from you, such that he's watching you approach. His arms are crossed. He's got a stern look on his face. Oh, let me guess. The robots took an actual bite of that brick, huh? Looks like you ate it, little guy. You're finally gonna grow big and strong, huh?
This unit is sufficiently strong.
Well, you didn't get up in the height category, did you?
It is better for this unit to be smaller, as to not look as intimidating.
That's all right, buddy.
But it's just a disguise. In reality, you're a threat.
There is no disguise. This unit does not deceive.
All right.
Whatever you say, robot. Are there any slurs for your people where you come from? I'm just want to get you.
There are no
Malagus-
slurs in Meccan.
It's one of those ordered societies, huh?
Quite.
Malagus, have you just been waiting out here, like stewing in? Your
Yes, I've been stewing. What are our thoughts on Clanker? Can we get that started?
I would not like to be called that. So if that was your goal, then I think you did great, buddy.
Thank you. I was proud of that one. All right, Clanker, let's get going.
Howard, I think you're right. I think he's acting up extra because of the cat.
Where even is your precious cat, huh? Not with us. I don't see it.
Shit. Well, hopefully she'll turn up. I don't have a good grasp on how much of a tight leash we're keeping on her.
You guys look around. Sure enough, the cat has disappeared at some point when you guys were getting your bricks.
I'll assume we
But
won't
did she
find her.
like come with us?
You didn't see her leave the bar, but she did walk downstairs with you.
Oh, okay.
She's probably lapping
Alright.
up Malagus's drink.
Oh God. In cat form, she's probably a lightweight. She's probably blasted.
She seems like the type to enjoy that.
I couldn't care two shits about a fucking feline companion that you have that you claim is some sex fiend in another dimension.
She is a sex fiend. It's not made up.
Your tulpa can't scare me.
Look, Malagus, you don't need to be jealous. She's not half as unpleasant as you are.
Well, I'm glad I have something worthwhile in this group. Now, let's get going.
You're also waxy. Lead us to the broken compass, Malagus.
How the fuck should I know where that is?
You had like 20 hours to wander around the city. Did you really just sit on the street corner and wait for us? Like
I
a lost
brooded.
dog.
Brooded.
You were brooding.
I have made sure to find the cheapest tavern first. That was very hard. There are much nicer ones that I skipped.
Yeah.
Alright.
Are they all up?
Yes, which is unimportant. Brooding is part of the daily life cycle of my days, so I feel as though you're being a bit rude.
I've only ever heard the word brooding attributed to attractive men before.
Oh my god, he turns and walks.
It's okay, Malagus. I have like a cry part of my day usually that takes up a bit, and that sounds kind of similar to brooding. So we might have more in common than you thought.
I get it, Hire. You're always on your period. You can shut up about it.
Tyre like looked sheepishly at Malagus and is like, I'm not on my period. I'm not.
Orophis has the brief moment of does not know what these people are talking about, and then he'll run up and pat Malagus on the shoulder and say, "At least you don't have to brood alone. That's what the fleas are good for."
That's what the damn cat is bringing with us. I hope you all know if it's a familiar and I do enough damage to it, it will return to its home. So if you're starting shit, I might have to kick it again.
We'd just go back to the plane to get us again. Malagus, I don't understand why you're still hanging out with us. Because you hate us and you don't have the same goals as us. But every time I turn around, you're like sitting there waiting to get your 2 cents in.
What? I have similar goals. We have some stuff in common. Shut up.
What are our similar goals? Because you're happy here. You want to stay here. You don't seem to care whether or not we get home. And you want to kill the fucking cat that we just got.
I heard, a little birdie told me that you died when that cat was being rescued.
I did. Well, I fell off a mountain and died, and then I died again, and then I came back.
So how
Hyder
did that-
brought me back.
What did that little situation look like?
I slipped, and then I fell on my neck. And then, I guess the rest can tell it better. I wasn't there for the next part.
Yeah, well, the second part wasn't you that killed yourself. Malagus, I do remember rezzing your life. So how about the life that you owe us, which is your saved life, we pay for the cat that you don't kill.
Fine.
Does
That's
that
fine
make
with
sense?
me.
Okay, great. Now we're even.
Ugh. And he marches on, leading us through the streets of Circad. You twist and turn through the streets and the tunnels and the bridges to make your way across the city over to a familiar tower, the tower that Zavrix's home was in. You make your way up a few floors into what looks to sort of be a merchant's guild. It looks like Malagus does sort of know where he's going. He sort of leads you guys at a pretty quick pace through the shops. None of the shopkeepers here shout out to you guys as the ones below did. You do look down and you see the bottom floor, the one that would normally be completely flooded, the ground floor, does have a new batch of tents and merchants and travelers passing through it. The grease pits, as they were called, on the bottom floor. As you make your way up, you eventually make your way out onto a landing in front of a large store with very opaque windows on the doors, and a sign above that neatly reads "The Broken Compass."
All right, buddy, do you have your coupon ready? I addressed
Yes,
this
let me
to-
just get it. I'll open my bag.
Okay, you open the bag. It is just so deep.
I'll start
You-
going down there.
Go down. Okay, what do you want to tie the rope to?
I could hold it.
Okay, I'll hand you part of a rope.
Okay. I take it and look at it confused.
Yeah, you hold it. It's pretty heavy. Like, as in the rest of the rope is like fallen down quite a ways. You start climbing down into this room. Welcome into the room. You sort of have to brace yourself a bit, Orpheus, to pull back on this rope as DULUM sort of stretches out this bag as wide as it can go, which just about fits your body, DULUM. It wasn't a wide entry at all. You sort of have to stretch the fabric a bit, which isn't that hard considering there's an interior to this. From the outside, this is a completely clown-like move where DULUM climbs into a bag and disappears into it. DULUM, from your side, you climb down into a room. It's dimly lit. Surrounding you are walls of fabric. There is all sorts of patchwork fabric. It looks to be created in the same way the bag was, where it's different dark blues and dark grays all sort of knitted together at odd angles. It sort of makes you feel uncomfortable. You get that nagging feeling in you that you did when you went down the stump of a cancerous growth.
Nice.
On the bottom here, you find a handful of items among a huge splash of broken glass.
I'll tread carefully.
Nice. You do. That's interesting. Do you take damage from glass, considering you're made of metal?
I don't know. I think that's up to you.
Would that be like piercing damage?
Probably.
Yeah, I guess piercing damage. Yeah, because it would make sense if you're immune to that.
Yeah. I could
It would
just, like,
probably
walk.
just... Yeah, it would just be flavored as like the glass gets caught between plates of metal and grinds up wires and stuff, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you make it to the bottom. You sort of collect the, just sort of sitting on the ground here is the one free wash, or like one free checkup little coupon. You also see the fruits that you had. You do notice, coincidentally, conveniently absent from this pile is the smooth oblong stone that you had dropped down here earlier. That is not
Okay.
here. You do see an open doorway to your side, off to like your right. As you walk down, it is almost pitch black in there. None of the light from the very slim opening shaft is getting in there.
Okay, can I pick up a torch because I had torches? Can I?
They do, yeah, they're on the bottom.
Okay, and then can I light it and try to look down the hallway?
Okay, you light the torch. From the top, Orpheus, it's getting really heavy now. To outlooking, it looks fucking weird. It looks like you're doing a mime thing where you're pulling on a rope really hard in an open bag.
I am blissfully unaware of how socially strange this is.
Looking down, it looks like DULUM is walking around down there.
Okay.
You see him start to go into another room. What are we fucking about with? Malagus yells. I want to go inside now.
I really don't know what I'm looking at. Come here.
He sort of looks down with you. Oh fuck, what is this?
I know, right? I've never seen it before. He just climbed down this rope right into there. It's real. I sort of stick my hand in to demonstrate.
You do, your hand disappears. He goes, oh shit, what the fuck is this? God damn it. We're walking around with cursed items now, is that it? Or is this some sort of magic?
Oh, did I tell you? I got a curse.
Really? What's your curse?
I'll never enjoy food again.
Oh, well. Great. You know, I've heard a certain amount of liquor can make any food good, so let me help you out next time.
I really think you and the cat would get along if you just gave her a chance.
I've got some herb that you might enjoy that makes food taste really good.
I'm not interested in your degeneracy.
Well, I'm not
What does
interested.
the herb do?
Well, it's not for spicing. It is for smoking.
Does it make you happy?
Sure.
Are you accustomed to smoking a lot of it? Maybe right now you're smoking none of it.
I prefer not to discuss these habits among, unassuming guests. He sort of looks around the, sort of, like, pathway you're on. It's not exactly legal in a lot of, material plane cities.
Is it illegal here?
Not sure, I don't know the law code, but considering it's ruled by some Lady of Pain, which is just an awful title for a leader of a town, I assume it's probably not great.
All right.
Yeah, you might get executed on the spot if you get caught with that. Can I have some, though?
Not right now. He sort of like, not like punches, but sort of like pushes on your shoulder in a joking manner, but it catches you off guard.
I'll give him one back.
Okay, you push him back. He gives you like a sick look, like he's mad.
Malagus, you see things like that, you're setting yourself up for failure. Why do you do the playful shove if you can't take one in return?
Yeah, I thought we were like roughhousing.
And now you've hurt Hire's feelings.
No, I mean, that kind of happens all the time anyway, so...
But this time you're justified. Hire, let me stand up for you. Malagus, you need to be less of an asshole, especially when people are trying to be nice to you and bond to you over your, herbaceous sins. I don't know.
Herbaceous sins? What fucking words are you using? Are you some sort of soothsayer, huh? You some sort of poet? Keep it in your pants.
See, and now you're lashing out at me.
Just shut up and finish whatever you're doing there.
I'm not taking an order from you, but I will still finish what I'm doing.
So then I'm wrong. DULUM, you make your way into the next room. It is almost a perfect copy of the first room. Same thing with these fabric walls, same patterns on the walls of grays and blues and blacks, all woven together. The items that were in the previous room are not in this room. The floor is empty, and there is an equally sort of ominous archway on the opposite side. Now with a torch, you sort of get to look down. You count 8 rooms, all sequential, before it gets too dark to see any further. They're all connected.
Start backwards, long jumping.
So true.
All the rooms are sort of connected by these weird fabric archways with no doors.
Okay, I'll take my coupon and turn back.
Okay, you turn back. It's an odd feeling. Again, you just sort of feel not at ease here. The part of your motherboard that tells you to feel fear is activated here, some sort of second sense. And it's that sort of same feeling where you just feel like you're in some place that is sick. The location here, something's wrong with it. It's cancerous.
Sweet.
So you make your way out of the rope, you hold it up, Orpheus, and DULUM reemerges. Malagus sighs and goes, oh, finally. And you guys are outside of the store once again.
Alright, you ready to get cleaned, little buddy?
Sure.
Come on, give me some excitement.
Sure thing. I am so excited.
Yeah, yard. And I'll slap you on the back and push you into the store.
Okay, as you guys enter the Broken Compass, you make your way into a workshop. The first thing you all see is off to the side on one of the wall is a clockmaker's paradise. Hundreds of cuckoo clocks and beautifully adorned woodwork around clocks cover the wall, and all of them sort of tick, 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 tick loudly, all in unison. These are all perfectly synchronized to all on every second click at the exact same time. It's sort of a satisfying, orderly feeling where you know each of these were constructed perfectly because they're all clicking at the same time, but it's also somewhat loud. It's not enough to overcome conversation, but it's this constant tick, 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 tick in the background from all of these different clocks. You see the space in here is very meticulously organized despite the sheer number of parts here. On the other side of the store, you see arms of golems, you see a scrapyard of robot torsos, gears of Warforged, intricate arcane mechanisms built for constructs, neatly placed along shelves, workbenches, walls. You even see in the corner of this room a half-assembled golem lies. Its eyes are lifeless, but the fine work of all of its jointing reflects an incredible precision. You all smell metal, oil, and a sort of faint tinge of magic in the air. You see there's, on the back of this room, there's a huge workbench and a few doors. All the doors are open, going into back storage rooms, and there are tools arranged perfectly on all the walls, with the occasional scroll or arcane blueprint, like a schematic, pinned up between them. You sort of hear a faint hum of what you imagine is some sort of forge in the back, quietly at work on some unseen project. What stands out in this room is in the center of this room, sort of sweeping the floors, as it were, with a large broom, is a large figure. This figure is taller than any one of you guys, including Malagus. Not quite the size of a large creature, but definitely a larger creature. You see it wearing a huge huddled cloak that sort of comes up in a hood. This thick fabric sort of obscuring all the features from you as the creature is turned away. The only identifiable trait of this creature is what look to be two large hooved feet coming out the bottom, what look to be goat legs or perhaps satyr legs, hooked and curved, poking out of the bottom of this cloak. This is what you guys see.
Hello. Welcome to the Broken Compass, the shop that'll never steal you wrong. What can I... Iceland? Welcome back.
Samir? Are you Samir? I'm not Iceland. I just want to be clear. It's great to meet you, but I'm not Iceland. I'm actually just someone living. But are you Samir? Jackknife's friend?
No, so
I thought you
Samir's in
weren't
the back.
living.
Samir's in the back.
Yes.
And you are? I hold out my hand. I'm Orpheus.
I'm Deimos. Nice to meet you.
Deimos, it's good to meet you.
Interesting. And I see you have friends now and a new accent. Very, very interesting.
I sort of look at my hands and I'm like, I don't, alright, I'm getting good at this because I want to be upfront, but I don't want to put you off. I'm a ghost. I'm in Iceland's body. I don't mean to be. I'm not trying to hold her hostage or anything. I'm trying to get her back, and I'm trying to get me back as well.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. That kind of makes sense. She needed some sort of information about possession that we were happy to provide her with, but she sort of scampered off after that, promising she'd come back with some payments in the form of a tome.
She was here in Circad?
Yes, she was. Or
Tome?
You?
What tome?
Oh, she just wanted to pay us in knowledge for automatons and golems, stuff that would help the shop.
I think I might, I start rummaging through a bag I have, and I want to draw, let me see, I have it somewhere. I hope you're excited. Didn't write it down, I guess. I have a tome, right, Mason?
You do, you
Yes.
have a tome of, yeah.
I pull out a manual of goblin creation written in Dwarvish. Is this yours?
Well, it most certainly can be. I'll make sure this gets to Samir, and he'll be glad that he was compensated for sure. But it looks like you now have maybe an automaton yourself with you.
Hello.
Oh, this?
Yes, this small guy.
Introduce yourself, buddy.
Hello. This unit is called DULUM.
DULUM. Interesting. Were you just needing some repairs, or?
Yes, this unit seems to be rusty.
Okay. That's an easy fix. I'm sure Samir will be able to help you. Easy peasy. I sort of call for Samir from the back.
Okay, you call for him. Before we get further on this, as you turned to discuss with these people, Xavier, would you like to describe how you look?
Yes. Underneath the cloak he has, you sort of catch glimpses of, shall we say, conflicting anatomy. For his head, you see what seems to be sort of like a dragon-esque head, like almost like he could have been a dragonborn. But then you see his hands and you see claws of like maybe a lion, and obviously for his feet you see hooves.
That is so sick.
Are you like a dragon?
You see, there is another sort of draconid kin in this room.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Yes. You could say I am part dragon, in a way, as like you.
I try to like kind of boost myself up on the counter since he said he couldn't really see me.
I'll give higher uppies.
Oh my god, we're so similar. Except for that. In like that, and we are kind of different, but
yeah.
Oh my god, can you breathe can you breathe like fire or something?
Yes. I can breathe acid. But I would prefer not to do that in the shop. There's lots of metal that would corrode if I did.
Whoa.
You can breathe acid?
Yes, most. It's because of the lineage, shall I say, of the black dragon, you could say, that I have.
And it doesn't melt your lungs?
No, it's quite comfortable. No internal burning here.
How'd you learn you could breathe acid?
You wake up one day and instead of a cough, out comes acid. And, you sort of pick it up from there.
Oh god, you
That's
could have killed
amazing.
someone.
I hope that happens to me.
I hope so too.
All right,
Pat your shoulder, Orpheus, any day now.
I mean, there's got to be a good part someday.
If I can ask, you said your name was Deimos. Was Iceland researching possession, like trying to like top 10 ways to avoid possession, or like top 10 ways to get possessed?
It seems as though she wanted to achieve possession of some sort. And we were able to provide her the means of how to, or the knowledge of how to transfer a soul into another vessel.
Did she have a specific soul she was targeting?
Not that she mentioned at all. No, she was in quite the hurry once we gave her the information.
It's just some sort of freak. And here this whole time I thought we were both victims, but now it turns out this is just some weird fancy of hers.
Yeah, you consensually went inside her. Wait.
Well, I didn't consent.
Oh yeah, and that is important for both parties, yeah. Or so I hear, at least.
So as you sort of introduce yourself to the group, Deimos, you hear a sort of jingling in the back as Samir, you sort of hear him in a sort of whisper voice, like, coming, as he says to you. And a young gentleman makes his way out to greet the customers. Your friend, Samir Deimos, as you remember him, is, as he steps out, this is a shorter man, about the height of Iceland, who is strapped to the nines with all sorts of gadgets and gizmos, and carries with him at all times this heavy briefcase. A younger man, a human man, what you would guess in his early 20s, if maybe even his late teens. It's hard to tell because he's much shorter than Kin his age. And you notice that as he steps out, he kind of holds his hands up to greet you all, and his hands are enormous. What look to be almost the size of dwarven hands, deftly, and they're deft, but you see they look to be able to handle tiny, delicate parts. Nevertheless being disproportionately large. As he comes out, you see all sorts of little machines creaking around his body. He wears a fine, tailored suit, and gears sort of click and creak along the side of it. And as he approaches you all, I will send a picture in our general chat of what he looks like.
Oh my god, he's so hot!
Holy Sammy.
He walks up to you all with his hands clasped, and he goes, "It's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Samir Arvelis. I'm the proprietor of this establishment. How can I help you all today?"
Hello, Samir. My friend here wants to get cleaned, and I would like to ask you some questions about Iceland.
Oh, it appears you've already met my friend Deimos. Deimos, you didn't tell me Iceland was back.
It would seem this isn't the same Iceland we remember.
Is that so, my friend? And he sort of pats you on the back, Deimos, in a friendly manner, and shoots you this very neutral grin, turning his head back toward you all now. And goes, "Well, it'll appear that we'll have our work cut out for us. But first, an automaton. It's a new one, not one of the warforged that lives here. What is your name, friend, or your serial number?"
This unit is referred to as DULUM.
DULUM. Oh, an autonome species. Yes, you come from the DULUM line.
Yes.
Fantastic. I've worked on your kind before. Just a cleaning. It appears you have grass and moss on you. Were you sent here by the Prime?
No, however, this unit thought it would be great for a cleaning before decommission.
My friend, he sort of steps back a bit. My friend decommissioned. I would never do that to you. What is the problem?
This unit is being decommissioned within the day.
He sort of looks confused, looks at you, Deimos, and then looks at the group and goes, "I don't understand. Is something the matter?"
We're gonna try to stop it. Yeah.
Have you got
Is decommissioned a bad thing? Because he told us it was just sort of like going to sleep.
Well, yes, I suppose I should introduce myself properly. I am a man of machines and constructs. I pride myself in the ability to put souls into the bodies of husks of creatures. I work on golems, and I work on machines, and I suppose in my time I've worked with a lot of creatures from mechanists, so I'm aware of the plain rules, and, well, what your friend speaks of here is full and total destruction of his body. You will never see him the same. His parts will be reused, of course, in other DULUM bots, but the creature you know here now is functionally dead at the end of this day.
Oh, what? Why? Wait, DULUM, you didn't tell us you were going to die. You said it was going to be all right.
Yes, it should be alright. This unit was never living to begin with.
Samir sort of leans down toward you as you say that, and being sort of short, all he has to do is squat and put his hand on your shoulder, and he's eye to eye with you. And he speaks with a sort of pleasant tone that sounds almost robotic to you. Perhaps he's trying to put on a tone to make you feel comfortable. And he goes, "Listen, friend, I understand what you're saying, but your life means more now than just what the Prime has designed. You are here of your own will for cleaning. That is your choice. That is no one else's. Let it start there."
Yeah.
I'll kind of just
Yeah,
stare
I
for
like
like
what
10
he said.
seconds.
As he sort of watches you, you see his other companion. He has a small homunculus servant, which, Orpheus, you are familiar with these now.
What does this homunculus servant look like?
His is a small mechanical frog.
Okay, I want to have my bee fly over and check it out.
Your bee sort of flies over. Samir points to it and goes, "Well, it appears that your friend Lettermore is still in good company. You're sure you're not the Iceland we knew?
Okay, well, I'm a little more concerned about DULUM right now, but I'll just say, I don't think either of you have any business acting surprised when apparently you helped Iceland trap me in this. So, I'm just gonna put that out there.
That's not true at all. We're mostly dealing with debt. Well, I suppose I shouldn't share business of my customers.
Well, alright, I think you can tell me when it's my business too, because whatever information you sold her is what has gotten me trapped here.
Before I go any further, do you have the builder? Did you get it, the architect?
What?
He looks at you curious. How much do you know of Iceland?
Oh, you can see the internal struggle on my face as to whether or not I'll break my morals and lie, because I really want to lie. And I think that in and of itself makes it really obvious I'm lying when I say, yeah, I know a lot about Iceland, probably everything there is to know.
You want to give me a deception check at disadvantage?
Sure.
Sort of going into
no,
this.
I'd like to give it normally. Thank you.
Going into this with a bad headspace. Your bee sort of bumps up against his frog and he goes, "We got along quite famously, you know. You and I, one of the same, artificer."
You mean you and Iceland? Because I wouldn't do this shit to anyone.
Yes, that's true.
Alright, it's an 8 deception.
Okay, let's see here. Yeah, he, sort of raises an eyebrow in obvious suspicion of you there and goes, "We'll speak on the matter later. Let's deal with your friend first. He has much more pressing issues."
I agree with that.
First, a deep cleaning. Deimos, would you help me with this?
Yeah, of course.
And he sort of passes you a few like oilcloth rags. He grabs a couple himself. There's nothing magical about this process. It seems just the two of you guys are sort of going to town on DULUM here with some nice
Just going
oil.
to town on it.
You guys just sort of like dust him off, pick out pieces of mold and dirt in between the metal plates. Every once in a while, Samir will hand you a screwdriver and you sort of take off a plate of metal and sort of dig out the dirt from underneath it. You guys get some oil spray bottles and re-oil all the hinges and all the joints on DULUM. For you, DULUM, this feels completely standard. This is how all maintenance went back in Mechanus. You don't think they're doing anything wrong. It is still a little odd to have a living creature touch all of your mechanical parts. It sort of makes you a little nervous.
Happens to the best of us.
Just because you, as you know, in Mechanus, everything was perfect, but here, you know, humans are prone to errors, and these two creatures, while so far doing a good job, it just sort of makes you a little nervous, but the cleaning sort of goes well, and you spend about 20 minutes just getting deep cleaned.
Nice.
As he's cleaning the sort of deeper parts of DULUM, he sort of leans over to you, Deimos, and sort of gives you a nod and gestures to the group of people, and he goes, "Oh, maybe."
I give him the same gesture back.
He
And
sort of shrugs again, and he pulls away after you guys finished. He takes the cloths out of your hands, Deimos, and takes them all over to sort of like put them in a sink. And he returns. "Well, looks like that's all you need for that. I'll take the coupon you have there. Was that from our friend downstairs?"
Yeah.
Good to hear, yes. Please send, well, I suppose you should send Grimwalk my thanks.
Will do.
She is a close friend of the store's. Deimos, you know who this is. There's a baker, like a pastry chef that lives a couple stores over that you are familiar with, and you guys are pretty close.
They're
Now
on
that-
the same level.
They are not on the same level. The pastry chef is actually on the second floor, right above the water level. So when it's flooding at night, her windows look out on an ocean.
I feel like that's low-key the best level that we'll live on.
True, but there's some water damage.
It's beachfront property.
You sort of return to yourself in this moment, DULUM. During the course of your maintenance with Samir and Deimos here, they were sort of refilling all of your vials and sensors and sort of calibrating everything as you would normally do in Mechanus. Though at the end, Samir sort of pulls you aside, DULUM, and goes, "Listen, friend, just between the two of us, are you aware that your core has some sort of malfunction?
Yes. Mechanus informed me.
Is this the reason they're sending someone to deprogram you?"
Yes.
He sort of sighs and goes, "Well, have you shared this with your friends?"
Yes.
"Okay, then." He sort of turns you back to the group. Listen, new acquaintances. Your friend here is, well, in the world of mechanics, he is, for better or for worse, imperfect. But here,
Oh.
he is still functional. Your friend has a long life to live and likely many, many, many great things to still do. I urge you to help this fine DULUM bot reconsider.
Do you think there's a way we could maybe turn off the light? Maybe like unalert mechanist?
It would be difficult. We could turn it off for now, but I suppose it would only make your DULUM bot a bit more uncomfortable. Just because at least knowing when there's an error is a bit better than not.
Oh,
There are
yeah,
ways to
that's
fix this,
true.
though. It's a bit unusual for mechanists to simply send a destructor bot to destroy your friends and decommission them.
Oh, what?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to impose. DULUM, have you told them how the decommissioning process works?
I did inform them that they informed me it would be painful.
I did not know it would be painful.
This unit expressed this.
I don't think I understood really what was happening to you, because we don't have anything like you where I'm from, but correct me if I'm wrong. There's something supposedly wrong with you, and so they're sending someone to kill you?
If this unit was living, kill would be apt.
Well, I know you're not living in the traditional sense, and neither am I, but I still wouldn't like to be killed.
This unit will not kill you.
I know you wouldn't! That's why I don't want you to die!
Thank you.
Samir, you were saying there is a way to avoid this?
Well, there is not some system for the rulers of mechanists to send down decommission orders remotely. It's no Bluetooth.
I don't know what that means.
The only way a bot can be decommissioned is for a destructor bot. Usually one of the hierarchical Modrons come into the plane of the rogue droid and decommission it, either by force or if the creature is willing. This creature, at least looking into the records of your droid here, is a nonaton, a creature of 9 arms.
Do you know anything about maybe if there's a way we can maybe redirect this robot, or I
The
don't know,
serial
maybe
numbers are exact. Unfortunately, there is a sort of incorporated tracking system, sort of magical, inside of your DULUM bot that will alert the Modron of its location at any given time. Though I could perhaps attempt to remove it if you would allow me, and he gestures now to you, DULUM. It would unfortunately make you more imperfect to have it removed, though.
Shouldn't you take that out? And can't you fix the rest of him? Isn't that like your whole thing here?
Well, yes, I could take a deeper look, but unfortunately that goes beyond the surface level cleaning job that this coupon required of you. I don't mean to be rude in any way, but the unfortunate thing is I do unfortunately require payment if I much look at you further.
I mean, we have payment.
True? Okay, well, let us discuss prices then. For the complete reconstruction of your DULUM's core, and he sort of looks at you, DULUM, and goes, with your permission, of course, my friend. It would cost, I would guess, 200 gold pieces.
And
If the
this
problem-
reconstruction, that's not just another fancy word for killing him, is it?
No, not at all. The creature that is DULUM will be kept alive the entire process, and merely the core will be fixed if done. I will say, if the problem is worse than expected, I'm not sure what it is yet. I can't just make a new core. They have to come from mechanists. But I could perhaps fix it if it's just a small problem. If it's a big one, though, I will unfortunately require more resources, more time, and more gold.
Alright, and you don't think maybe you owe me this favor, given that it's half your fault I'm stuck here?
My friend, I don't know who you are. I know Iceland. We know Iceland. He gestures to you again, Deimos. But I'm not sure who you are.
Alright,
Well-
I hold out my hand. I'm Orpheus, I'm the first knight of Queen Eurydice, and you've trapped me here. In a body I don't belong in a plane I don't want to be in. There's a war I'm meant to be fighting in, and I want to go back there, and I can't because of what you've done. Fix my friend.
I don't know if we fully know they trapped you in there.
Well, it seems like they knew Iceland intended on taking an unwilling ghost into her body, and they gave her the information to do it. So they seem pretty culpable by my standards.
Listen, I don't mean to impose, but your previous body did not mention your name specifically. Perhaps this was some sort of side effect of her true goals.
You think she took me by accident?
I have said too much, I'm sorry. You want to roll me?
It's just that is possible.
Would you like to roll me a persuasion check?
Yeah. I'm pouting in a very manly way.
Brooding?
Yeah, probably brooding. Like
Nice.
a bad check. I rolled a 5. I look pathetic and bitter. I look a lot like Malagus in this moment.
Yeah, Malagus is also here. Walking up to you, Deimos, is this sort of shorter human man wearing just gungly green clothes. He looks filthy and oily. He wears like a sort of dark brown beard and a flat green cap. He looks to you as most of the sort of like beggars do on the street. Nevertheless, he walks up to you with a real haughtiness and looks you up and down and goes, "What fucking monster birthed you out?"
Sorry. This shop is only for paying customers.
Oh, here, I'll pay you. He puts the gold in your hand. Now, let's keep this conversation going. Why are you fucking ugly?
Dang, I like this guy already. Malagus, can we not talk right now, maybe? Like, keep it at, like, a 0?
Yeah, I want to slap Malagus on the
Jesus,
back.
did you break all the mirrors in your house?
Malagus! What's your problem?
Sorry there, friend. The clankers are talking back here. It's hard to hear you.
Yeah.
Also, you're at least insulting a third of me, so...
Ooh.
I'd like to insult the whole of you. Higher.
I think we should leave my hole out of this, personally.
Listen, I don't mean to impose on you, friend. I just, well, it seems to me like you're some sort of monstrosity.
Yeah, this gold coin will definitely provide you services at the shop, but personal information is not one of those services.
Could you clean him? He needs it bad.
Shut up! Malagus looks sort of put out that you didn't lean into his insults and sort of pouts off and looks at another part of the store.
Sorry about him, he's just abrasive.
That's okay. I get that a decent amount.
Well, if it helps, I think you look as normal as any of the creatures around here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. Like, it looks like your legs, like, are really good for, like, running, maybe, like, climbing mountains. And, like, you know, you can do, like, the whole, like, acid breath thing, which is cool. And then, you can probably do other things that we can't do, so that's pretty cool.
Climbing mountains is already a big weak spot for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
What'd
thank
you get on your persuasion check, by the way? It was a 5, you said?
5.
Yeah, that's not great, huh?
It's not the best.
So, while you are trying to plead with Samir, he sort of half listens to you and half ignores you to walk back over to DULUM. He goes, "Listen, I don't owe it to your friend Orpheus' first night of Queen Eurydice, but I do owe it to you, DULUM. Is this something that you would like?"
This unit would like to at least know the problem.
Well, I could at least look into it. I'm not sure my skills will be capable of completely replacing your core, but I can at least, if it's a common problem, I could perhaps fix it.
That is sufficient.
I appreciate your kindness and your generosity in this manner. You are a
Of
good
course.
creature, an autognome of high renown. I respect you, and I admire you. He sort of gives you that neutral smile.
What does it mean? What is a neutral grin?
Very neutral. It's like it's almost perfectly like replicated from the last one. He's practiced this a lot. And then he sort of walks back over to the group. All right, I could take a look at him. Do you have the payment then? I was requesting 200 gold pieces.
Oh, I thought maybe like there was like an original like consultation, like just to see what's wrong. That would like maybe cost less than 200. I thought like 200 was like the total price.
You know, I gave your friend a book just a minute ago. And at first I gave it willingly because I thought we were friends. But now I've learned we're certainly not. So I'd rather leverage that book as a payment.
He sort of looks at you, Deimos. Oh, the book? The book Iceland wanted to get us?
Yes, it's true. I handed it over to him.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Deimos. He like nods deeply toward you and sort of pats you on the shoulder. I appreciate this. This will help my studies greatly. I understand this is payment from you. And as for the consolation, my free information, at least what I was going to give you, was that first and foremost, the Nonaton must be stopped. The Modron that chases your friend DULUM is, it is already on its way here. Nothing will stop that. But by stopping the creature and removing the GPS, as it were, the tracking device inside of DULUM, we can hinder all future attacks from Mechanus. But you should all prepare. By the end of the day, you will have to face a hierarchical Modron, one of 9 arms.
We should spend maybe some part of our day picking out a good place to have that. Maybe a place that could give us an advantage.
Shouldn't be a problem for us. I'm quite the swordsman. I just need a sword.
See Malagus sort of fucking around with one of the clocks on the walls. He's sort of put it a little off center, so now all the tick tick, there's just one that goes tick 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 tick. Slightly off. This drives you all a little crazy. He sort of turns back and goes, "Yes, that's a great idea. We should find somewhere tactical. Higher, that's actually a fantastic idea. Perhaps it's the first glimpse of intelligence I've seen from you."
Thanks.
Samir is sort of watching your group, and he sort of looks toward you guys, looks at DULUM, looks back to you, Deimos, and then looks at the book in his hands. And he sort of speaks up a bit louder than he has been. And as he speaks up louder, you guys see him wave a hand, and all of the clocks stop at once. All of the ticking stops. It gets much quieter in the room all of a sudden. He goes, "Listen to me very carefully. You are all a group of adventurers, yes?"
I suppose.
Yeah.
And he looks at Deimos again and looks back. "I will do you a kind. You have given me this fine tome for me to pore over, and I prefer to study in solitude. If I look at your friend free of charge, investigate his core, will you look after my fine apprentice here, Deimos?"
Yes.
He turns towards you, Deimos, and he's like, "Listen, I've tried to do this before and it didn't work. Time for you to leave the nest."
It's just so nice here. It's just so orderly. I know. And you're such a great teacher. I just feel like
You've been fantastic, but there's nothing more I can show you. You know magics now, and I hate to say it, but I feel as though your purpose is wasted here. Return if you finished your goals and you want to settle down one day. The shop is yours. But until then, go be your own person. Explore the world. Some things might give you harm. Some things might cause you strife, but I know you will find more good and love than you ever found between these 4 walls. And he sort of goes in and gives you a hug.
oh,
It
I'm
feels-
definitely surprised.
It feels very mechanical as he does so. It's very like stiff. 1, 2, 3 seconds, pulls back. But you know that from him, this means a lot.
Wow, kind of stunned. Thank you, Samir.
So
Hopefully.
you'll be strong. Here, I actually made you a bag. I've had it packed for weeks.
Oh, I was wondering what that was for.
Sorry, I know it was a secret. It's like watching it's like watching a dear friend embark on a trip, and I hope you do well. And he sort of runs in the back and returns with a backpack, which you recognize as being like a standard adventuring pack. You probably know what's in it too, just from walking around. This carries all your standard adventuring supplies, basically anything you would have in your inventory. A weapon if you needed, some sort of like focus for arcane stuff, rations and all that good stuff. And he is included in here if you want to add in your inventory. He has included 50 gold pieces.
Oh!
Wow.
Mr. Money
bags.
bags over here.
So generous.
He sort of tries to keep that private between you though, because please do not share it with these fucking imbeciles. Now listen, I will take a friend in the back and analyze him, and perhaps Deimos, you can get to know some new friends. And you don't have to accept this if you don't want. I just, all in all, and he looks between you all. All in all, I think this is a good group, a fair group, a kind group.
This group
Yeah.
is very fair.
Orpheus would sort of try to glare at Samir, but he's actually really moved by this display, so he just sort of rubs at his eyes.
Samir sort of grabs DULUM by the hand and like, "Are you ready?" and sort of takes you to the back.
Yes.
All right, Deimos, get to know your new friends. And he points a crooked finger at Malagus and goes, "And don't touch my fucking clocks!" He snaps his fingers and all the clocks start up again perfectly in sync once more.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're accompanying us, Deimos.
Yeah.
We're going
he's
to be
been-
going to a lot of planes to return people, so maybe we can find you a fun place that you would want to live.
Yeah.
Or you can, or travel with us, I guess, but
Malagus
I
sort
don't
of
know if
speaks
we're doing
up.
that forever.
What sort of wretched fucking plane could you even come from? Do you even want to go back there? Excuse me, that was a bit harsh. I've been told to be nicer. Hi, my name is Malik. I hate it here.
Hi, Malagus.
Hi.
I could tell. Um, yeah, no, I guess you could say I was definitely unusual for my plane as well. So it'll be good to get out at the very least and see some new places. So
Is
yeah.
this the plane you're from, Surcad?
No.
Oh, you're not?
You probably haven't heard of this plane. It was kind of cut off a little bit a long time ago. They call themselves at least the Plane of Kings. But yes, since I've departed there, I have no intentions of returning to that place.
I see. Not a good place then.
No.
I see. Well then, maybe you'll find a better one. Soon Valhalla will be one of the best planes to live at. Not quite yet, but give it a few more 1,000 years and it'll be number one, I expect.
Really?
I don't know how long you live, but you should check it out. If you die.
Oh, it's a dead thing. You have to be dead.
It's dead.
Oh.
Everyone there is dead.
Okay.
And there's one easy trick to get there. No, just kidding. Don't die. Where my plane is from, everyone's really happy. It's a pretty cool place to be.
That sounds nice.
That sounds nice.
Have you ever thought about where you would want to go?
God. I haven't really thought of a place I'd like to settle down. I guess I'm kind of looking for someone. So until I find them, I don't think I'm going to be settling down anytime soon.
Like you're looking for Mr. Right?
He kind of blushes at that comment. It's taken aback for sure. No. A lost family member, you could say.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, so you guys are adventurers?
Sort of. We
Sort of?
we sort of all came through. We were sucked through this portal into this shitty town where this Father Lucius guy reigned. You'll meet him. Don't worry. And we're trying to get home.
And y'all come from different homes, right?
I guess now that
Yeah.
I think about it, me and Jaya are trying to get home, but I think Hire and DULUM are mostly trying to get us home. They're travelers.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and we have some more of us back at the hotel.
There's Vinny and Bagatha as well.
Ooh.
And then Malagus, but it's really unclear why he's traveling with us.
Yeah, I was confused to see that you guys would hang out with someone like him.
The fuck did you say?
He kind of won't leave us alone.
Hey, can I ask you something? And I want to lean into Deimos. I want to lean into Deimos so that Malagus hopefully can't hear me. Do you know that guy? Did he come in with Iceland ever?
I sort of whisper back, and I'm like, no, never seen him in
No?
my life.
Never?
Never.
Alright, well thank you. I think he's following me, but I don't know why.
Oh, dang. Do you want to take him out? Like, we can...
No, I don't think... He doesn't seem malicious, he's just sort of a negative energy. I don't know, he's really needy.
I get that.
So you're looking for someone there, new friend?
Yeah.
Is this a friend or an enemy? Someone to kill, perhaps, or revenge?
No, a friend, for sure.
Friend.
Malagus, do you know what a friend is?
I'm going to make a real leap here and assume that by friend you mean illegitimate child that you had. Am I in the right ballpark? That feel right? That feels right for you. Trying to make amends as a father. How old are you anyway? What's your age and your creature's years?
I've been alive for, I would say, around 25, 30 years. It's kind of tough to say. They didn't really mark it down on the calendar. I'm definitely unique. Definitely less of a biological conception, you could say, which might explain some of my features, but you know.
The fuck does that mean?
He's sort of taken aback by his inquisitive and interrogative tone. He's like, I think
You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I'm gonna go check, see how your robot's doing real quick.
Thank you.
You guys want to steal something while they're in the back?
Malagus, that was actually a really good conversation by your standards. I just want to give praise where praise is due. You were doing better there.
What? That was awful. You were so mean to that guy that is being nice to us and fixing our friend. He's gonna go in the back and whop DULUM over the back of the head.
He didn't say anything blatantly insulting, and he even called him a friend a few times.
Do I get a reward then? Can we steal something from the shop?
We're not stealing anything, you dirty fucking scoundrel. Go wait outside.
He shuffles outside. You see him prop up against a lamppost and start packing what looks like a little pipe.
God damn!
So much for it being illegal.
Right in the street. We pan now to the back room while all that conversation was happening. DULUM,
Yeah.
you are alone now with a shorter gentleman named Samir.
We're all alone.
All alone. Samir looks at you and he goes, well, it's just the two of us now, so I suppose I can be candid with you. And he
Yeah.
sort of like shakes out his shoulders a bit, and then his posture goes completely stiff.
I knew it.
It looks really uncomfortable for a humanoid to be in that position, and it sort of dawns on you.
Do you have a serial number?
No, friend, I'm all clay.
Do you have a
Okay.
creator?
I suppose I do, but I moved past him, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about. It's nice to meet you properly. My name is Samir Arvalas. My father, Borbag Arvalas, created me in the image of his son who passed.
Nice to meet you, Samir.
I'm here to inform you that when I was but a small creation, I too found myself completely at the behest of my creators. All creatures around me could demand anything they liked of me, and I would do it, no questions asked. I was happy, but I was innocently stupid. I know this is a hard thing to think, but sometimes those above you do not have your best interests at heart. Ask yourself this. At your time in Mechanus, are you aware of any autonomous companions of yours getting shut down for so little as a small, red, blinking light in their core?
No.
Exactly what I thought. Have you considered that perhaps there's something more to this strange decommission order, more than just you being perhaps a slightly imperfect, slightly rogue robot? There could be more at play. This could be a fraud. Perhaps the bot that is sent to kill you is also a rogue. Perhaps all of Mechanus is rogue. I don't mean to presume so much, and I hate to say anything against your ruler of the prime, but I want you to think for yourself here. What do you think?
Well, my prime was killed. So if the rest of Mechanus is rogue, then should this unit not carry out Prime's old wishes to restore order?
Have you ever been alive for a prime changing?
No.
Well, it would make sense, and for your knowledge, of course, I have not either, but I just simply ask because perhaps, although all perfect in all their different ways, the second prime has directives that are different than the first's. Perhaps the second prime's goals, aspirations, needs, and wants for the plane of Mechanus are different than the first's. So
That
then
is
who do you
most
listen
likely
to?
correct.
The first prime told you to come here. The first prime kept you alive. The second prime, this new one, yes, is the one that is whisking for your destruction.
That
Though I
is
doubt
true.
the order came from that high up.
It did seem strange that they ordered a killbot to take me away.
Strange, right? So, perhaps against the directives of the great one of all Prime, perhaps this is a rogue Modron looking to cause harm and disrest amongst your people.
That is possible.
My friend DULUM, are you aware of the Great Modron March?
This unit is not aware of it.
Okay, you've probably heard of this DULUM in passing once or twice, but you have not ever been alive for one of these. It's almost like a rumor some people talk about.
Yeah.
Which is just this, like, every single, actually, I'll just explain it as Samir here. There's this, great thing that happens every 237 years, where every single construct from Mechanus, every Autonome, every Warforged, every Modron goes into a trance and begins marching. They take inventory of the land they live in, explore it fully from inch by inch, fully categorizing it. This is not something that takes a quick amount of time, and I've known many a Modron to have died during this. Of course, this is before my time, but I've heard of a great many. It's some sort of epic parade, a massive form of data collection as means of calibrating the multiverse. And my friend, it draws near.
How much longer until the next march?
I am not sure. Frankly, it is questionable that you have not been added some sort of directive to understand this. I suppose, though, because it is a trance of sorts. Perhaps the great masters of Mechanus don't plan to inform you until it already happens, assuming you'll be complacent. But I know that during this year, at some point, the Great Modron March will occur. I don't know when, and I don't know where. Well, I suppose it is everywhere. But I worry. I worry for my store. I worry for my friends, the Warforged in this town. I worry for myself as a construct. What is it that causes this event? Where do we go? Why do we plot out the entire multiverse? What is the point of the data collection? Mechanus does not reside everywhere. It is confusing and frightening for me. And, between us, I believe that the great and only Prime is changing things up for this year's. I've been researching it. That is why I got this book, and he taps the book that Orpheus got him. I'm looking to disconnect myself from the god of the constructs so that I do not have to embark on this trip. Being a slave to someone else's wishes and forced to scour every inch of a world that is not living. But I overstepped myself. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. In more localized issues, your core.
Yeah.
Let me take a look. And he
Thank
sort of
you.
leans over you, and as he does, this is when Deimos sort of walks back in. Samir waves at you, Deimos, and sort of goes, sorry, I got into my spiel again about the Great March. I get so frightened about it, it wakes me up at night.
It's okay. We're gonna make sure that you'll live. And yeah.
I worry for you too. I don't know what your. I'm sorry, I distract myself. DULUM, please forgive my ramblings. This is not something for you to worry about now.
This unit appreciates the information.
Of course. Let's take a look here. Do you mind if I open up your base plate? It looks like you've glued some leaves on here.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, he pulls out a couple tools, and he looks to have tinkerer's tools. He quickly works on you here, and Deimos, you sort of help out where you can, pulling apart pieces, unscrewing stuff, helping out with this process. This takes the better part of an hour or two to really disassemble you and take a look. DULUM, during this time, you can sort of go into your standard trance where you don't have to discuss anything with him if you don't want to, and Samir sort of gets locked into his work where he doesn't really talk to you.
Nice.
While this is happening, it does feel very orderly. This is exactly how the bots in Mechanus do it too, where there's no conversation, it's just down to work. As this happens, though, back out in the shop, Hire and Orpheus, do you guys want to do anything else? And Deimos, you also have the option to do other things instead of help here.
I would like to watch Malagus smoke.
I also want to watch Malagus smoke.
All right, he's just packing fucking pipe, packing his pipe.
I like to imagine we're just watching him through the window, commentating on him, like you do with friends or doing. Oh, wow, he's really having a hard time getting that lit.
I was imagining I was trying to hide about it, but was kind of just peeking from somewhere, but very clearly seeable as a bright blue kobold.
Orpheus would just be standing next to you.
Yeah, I don't even like to mention it.
Do you
Um,
think the wax on his fingers makes it easier or harder to get a light? Is it more wax or
Thank
grease?
God. Can he burn the wax off?
I don't know. You'd think if he could, he would have. But I think he's averse to water. Or soap, I
Wait.
don't know.
Oh yeah, no, he must be with just the way he smells.
I know, right?
Um,
It's pretty fucking raunchy. Oh.
Yeah. I was
as you
really
guys
hoping they
recall-
took us up on the bath offer.
I
For
really
him.
want. I thought so too. And when I got him to wash my hair, I was like, maybe he'll shower afterwards. Didn't do it. Just pulled out most of my hair.
I respect your effort.
Yeah, I know.
Looking good though.
Yeah, thank you.
as you guys recall, the windows in Samir's shop are all sort of tinted from the outside, like one-way glass. So Malagus can't even see in to see you guys. So you can sort of gawk and laugh at him and point, and he does not notice at all. So you watch him. He's smoking a pipe. Every once in a while, you notice he sort of like tries to talk to someone on the side of the street. It goes really awkward. At some point, you think he asks someone for the time, and all he does is sort of look at their look at them as they sort of like fumble around their body to see if they have some sort of watch or anything, and then like give them a dirty look when they don't. You think he might be asking for money at some point, but no one gives him anything. It's just really a sad sight. It looks like a bum.
Why are we friends with this man?
Also, I honestly kind of feel a little bad for, earlier when like I insulted him and then he started to go drink. I almost think we should treat him as maybe we should treat him as the child. Like he's clearly a victim of himself, but I'm not sure how to help.
I mean, I'm trying to be nice to him, and it's weird because it's like whenever I talk to him, like one-on-one, full front, address his problems head on, I always feel like we're making progress. He's like, "Oh, I'll be nicer tomorrow. I'll be nicer tomorrow. I like you guys. I want to be your friend. I'll be nicer tomorrow," and then he never is. I don't know.
Yeah, and on the other hand, I don't want the party to have to put up with that, but
Well, I don't think we should kick him out. I mean, he is a good fighter at the end of the day, but certainly an abrasive personality and off-putting man.
yeah. Well, maybe we can work on that. Maybe for him it's about being cool. So maybe if we can convince him to be cool, but by being nice. I don't know.
Queen Ridice taught me that even the most repulsive personalities can be put to work and do good for the cause.
Yeah, I think that applies to the situation. Yeah, I think so too. Sometimes I think the most violent and scary people are the ones that need help the most.
Or the ones who can help Queen Ridice the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys continue watching him. About an hour goes by of this process, and DULUM, you get a sort of tap on your head, sort of bringing you back into consciousness here as Samir sort of whispers to you, "Listen, friend, I just want to warn you. What I'm about to do next is going to set off a few warnings in your head. Please disregard them. They are likely put in there to stop idiots from rooting around in your body, but just between us, you're fine." And you see him clip a wire inside of your core, and a bunch of alarms go off in your head. You get all sorts of blaring sirens going, "Warning!" These things are screaming at you. You hear them, a bunch of warnings and alarms, all telling you that a non-mechanist creature is doing surgery on your body right now. It's telling you, "Warning, warning! There is a creature that is that does not know your anatomy, that is currently tampering with you. If you allow this to continue, you will likely have imperfections and therefore be cast out for mechanists. Do not continue this. Do not continue this. Warning."
Don't break me.
"It's fine, my friend. I'm one of us." And he sort of touches his head to your head in a very friendly manner, but it kind of clanks as he does so.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Whoa.
"You're fine. I've done this many times." And as he says that, he pulls your core out of your body. It's still connected via all the wires, but it is no longer hard connected into any pieces of metal, and he puts it on his workbench out in front of you. You sort of get this weird out-of-body experience as if you're looking at your own beating heart outside of your body. All of the tubes and wires are still connected into you, so it's still working, but now he works on it outside of you instead of inside of you, and it feels really weird.
I'll get some good looks at it.
You take a look at it. It looks pretty standard issue. You do see now, though, it is flashing red brightly. As he was doing that, back out on the street, Hire and Oro, you guys watch Malagus is now... He looks to have pulled off to the side of the store a little bit and is having a conversation with what looks like a very crazed-looking homeless gentleman. You look closer, though, and you recognize him as the guy who talked to you guys outside of the bakery the other day.
Yeah, that wizard guy.
It looks like a crazed wizard. He has shocked-out hair and a wild look in his eye, and he's sort of jumping around, moving very sporadically, and pointing at Malagus and pointing inside the store and jumping up and down a bit more. And Malagus is, still sort of, eyeing him suspiciously and smoking on his pipe and not speaking much and mostly just listening. And you guys can't hear anything they're saying, but you kind of watch this.
Can I be honest with you, Hire?
Yeah.
My feelings are still a little hurt that it turned out Tufto was lying to us.
Yeah, I am too, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not entirely convinced.
You mean you're not convinced he was lying?
Yeah. It's just he did know our names.
He did, and he knew both of my names was the thing.
Yeah, and just I don't other than a detect thoughts. I'm not sure what kind of magic could do that. Maybe scrying if he knew we were coming, but how would he have known we were coming?
I don't know. Can I say that magic, the way you guys seem to have it here, is rarely used in Valhalla.
Really?
It's just not the way we do things. So, you mentioning that he might have used it on us so casually, it's a bit frightening, I guess.
I mean, we probably would have seen it, but, there are so many magical items that there could be an effect. Maybe, I mean, if we think it's worth following up, I could maybe try casting Detect Magic on him, but he might not like that. But I guess we are friends. We could maybe convince him.
To me, it seems either we're friends or he's lied to us, in which case we're enemies. So either way, I don't see him being too offended by it.
I look at him for a good second. I think if he lied to us, he didn't mean to, or didn't know what he was doing.
Maybe.
I don't know. I believed him when he said he thought he knew us.
I also believed him. I don't know. He was very convincing.
I think he at least believes it, whether it's true or not.
That's a good point. I think I agree with that.
I'm kind of scared what'll happen if Malagus left alone with him. I feel like something's gonna happen. Should maybe one of us go out there?
Why not both? I'll burst through the door.
On your exit from the store, Malagus sort of turns to you and rolls his eyes and turns back toward the gentleman in front of him by the name of Tufto.
It's good to see you again, Tufto.
It's great to see you too. I was just speaking with our friend Malagus here. It's Orpheus again, right?
Indeed.
Orpheus, I was having trouble remembering, but I was just trying to see, are you still with Riddice?
I serve her as her first knight.
Yes, but is she still with you?
What do you mean? Is she still with me?
Oh, sorry,
is she going to be with me?
I got lost. I just saw her, but I didn't.
You saw her? Where?
Here, just 2 seconds ago when he points around the alley.
I run.
You leave. Malagus sort of laughs. Fucking idiot. Good lord. And you, Hire, how are you doing?
I think I'm doing good. How do you think I'm doing?
How's that old finger doing? Did it grow back yet?
You're fucked, buddy.
Hire looks at his hands.
Same as always. They look fine.
I don't think I've lost it yet.
Spoiler, my bad. I didn't mean to say that.
Do I lose it traveling between planes and get it back, right?
Yeah, that sounds good. Sorry to bother you on that.
Insight.
Oh, sure. Give me an insight check.
I got a 15.
15, all right. You sort of squint at him and look at him. This guy looks crazy. He sort of has wild hair. His coat is sort of sewn in with weird, like, fabric-y eyeballs and mouths that look almost realistic. He carries with him a weird staff, and he's constantly flinging papers around. Oh, and you don't really believe him, but you're not even sure he knows what he's talking about. So you think in his head he was lying there, but you're not sure if that's necessarily the truth. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was in his head. He was lying. Anyway, what did I mean to say? Yeah, I was telling Malagus about that dinner. You remember that dinner we had? Oh, it was so good.
I sure don't. What dinner?
Oh, well, it was the one hosted by Zabrix, remember? He was trying to apologize to you all for something. I don't remember.
Do you think he's like a good guy? How do you feel about Zabrix?
Oh, he's a good guy. I mean, let's see. Is this before or after the whole deal? Probably before. Yeah, he's a good guy.
And he's gonna continue to be that way?
Why wouldn't he be?
Good point. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't need to presume anything. Right now he's a great guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. He was just a little scary with us earlier. Kind of seemed like he did really want to make a deal with us.
Sorry, he did that. Yeah, I suppose that was a bit frightening, wasn't it?
Yeah. How would you have known about that though? Like you were there?
Oh, I'm a chronomancer. Did I tell you that?
What's a chronomancer?
My magic. It's time.
He's broken.
Yeah, you told me that, but wouldn't you still have to be there to know about the event happening?
I was there, but now I'm here. But I'm still there right now. Hi, Hire. He waves at you.
How do you cast your... Oh, hi man. How do you cast your chronomancy?
He looks confused when you say that to him. He said, "Oh, no, I don't cast it anymore. I lost control of it."
Oh. Do you mind if I try to identify it?
Sure.
I'll cast Detect Magic on him.
Sure, yeah. Malagus sort of rolls his eyes and goes, "You're making a fool of yourself." You're not sure who he's talking to.
Fair. Okay, I casted it.
Whoa. Detect Magic it tells you what type of magic it is, right?
That is correct.
My schools.
My schools. I need my schools.
I need my schools.
My schools.
I like my schools.
This guy, he's like D&D Billy Pilgrim.
So true. So fucking true. Holy.
That one was for
Wait.
my real well-read listeners.
Wait, you read? Oh my god, you read
I
Slaughterhouse?
did.
I'm just kidding. I'm
you don't pay
feigning-
attention
I'm
to my Goodreads.
No, I'm feigning like I
feigning
don't know.
ignorance.
I actually did know. I didn't. I saw your 5 stars. I was very happy about it.
I loved it. No, I immediately read a different book by him. Have you read Breakfast of Champions?
I haven't read anything else by Vonnegut.
Okay. I'll lend it to you because the main character. Do you remember Kilgore Trout from Slaughterhouse?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the main character of Breakfast of
What?
Champions. I know.
Oh,
It's fucking
that's
awesome.
crazy. Holy, I didn't know he wrote more like in the same universe. That's crazy.
I had no idea they were in the same universe until I opened it, and it was like, this book is about Kilgore Trout.
Holy,
Are you
That's
fucking nerds talking about books right now?
Vonnegut is good. Hey,
This is
Slaughterhouse
good.
5, or read it.
This is
It's
good.
I have
so
not
good.
read it yet. It's on my list. It's next up probably.
I'm just like Billy Pilgrim.
I'm just like Billy Pilgrim. I got a t-shirt. Actually, I'm just like Kilgore Trout, but I got a t-shirt with Billy Pilgrim's like fantasy gravestone on it.
Holy, wait.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
So bringing us back for a moment, Hire, I would
Cutting our popular Vonnegut talk segment.
Hire, I would probably qualify his magic as divination. It is pouring around Tufto. You see swirls of magic up and around him. It sparks off of him. It sort of scares you for a moment as in your experience with Detect Magic, this level of spell on someone would imply that they were like constantly under some sort of very high level spell. And it throws you off for a second, but you sort of come back into yourself and you're like, okay, something's wrong with this guy. it's spiking around him. It looks wild and random. And as you're watching it, every once in a while, you think it changes. 1 second later, the magic is older than even you are. And then a couple seconds later, it's back to modern.
Does it have like a somewhat similar magical trace to any of the portals we've interacted with?
It's a great question. Have you detected magic on a portal yet?
I don't. Wait, have I? No, I don't think so.
I'm not sure you had. So it doesn't come to mind immediately, but
Okay.
you are like definitely sure that this is some sort of magic. You also do notice he carries with him a staff that has two what looks to be draconid, perhaps snake heads on it. And it's on the staff is short. It's like a baton where both sides of it have a dragon head sticking out of it. This staff oozes with magic from the school of.
Sorry, my staff oozes.
This is oozes with conjuration magic.
But the
My stuff
magic that
oozes.
is like innate to.
From him, just seems more like divination.
Okay, interesting.
You're not
Okay.
sure what the conjuration is. You likely think that this is some sort of magical baton staff that a wizard or someone of the like could use to gain some sort of additional something with it. Who knows?
Nice.
My stuff.
That's what you glean from him, though. He sort of looks at you with an expectant look, and then he goes, "Oh, I'm late. I have to go." And he starts running.
Okay, I'm so sorry. One more insight check. Is he running away because he's like guilty of something?
All right, throw me the insight check. Tell me what you get.
Is he late for an important date? Is he gonna pull out a pocket watch and then
And then
go to like a tea party or something?
13.
You might have that tea party set up. You watch him leave. What'd you get on your insight check?
13.
13. Okay, not bad. You think that he really did think he had somewhere to go, but he was acting awkward when he left. You likely think that he was keeping something from you that he knew, or that at least he thought he knew about you. Sorry, I'm going to use this language a lot when describing this guy, because I don't want to lead you astray higher, because realistically, this guy is probably crazy and doesn't actually believe any of this stuff, but in his head, he really does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, with that being said, you really do think he had somewhere to go, but he was acting fishy. You think he was holding something from you that he thought was important to you.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Bye,
as
friend.
Yeah, Iceland, where are you?
Redicy!
You turn the corner,
Crazy
nobody
that you
there.
called me Iceland, by the way. Redicy! Are you here? Hello?
Nothing. Looked like you got pranked.
Fuck, I fucking knew it. I Charlie Brown walk back to my boys. It I knew it was bullshit is the thing, but I just couldn't forgive myself if I didn't go, and then what if it was real? I don't know. I want to go home, you guys. Really badly.
I know, we're working on it.
I know. Thank you, Hire.
Hey, there, I did cast Detect Magic on him. There is a lot of magic coming from him. And he kind of implied that he's lost control over his magic. It was coming from him and from his staff. So some magical effect is happening and changing. Though it didn't look like he was casting anything.
I see. Interesting.
I'm almost curious what would happen if we were able to gain the that one spell that like stops magic. If something would happen, but obviously we need his permission for that. Just a thought.
That's going to be interesting. We have a whole bunch of people we're trying to help, huh?
You can never have too many people to help.
You're right. Sorry. You're right. I do agree with you. It's just like prioritizing all of them. It's very stressful.
Oh, well, we
Speaking
do them
of-
all at once.
But what if you had to choose one over the other? Or like, you had to choose between one person who's really close to you, who you can definitely help, or a bunch of people who are really far away that you care about more, who you could maybe help.
I would probably have like a nervous breakdown about that, honestly. Yeah, that sounds really stressful and like awful.
It's alright, I'm not a nervous person. let's go see if DULUM's okay.
Yeah. Let's go see if DULUM's okay.
All right. Back to DULUM. That warning is still shooting off in your head. It is blaring. It is loud. It is bothersome. You get the feeling that this is definitely meant to deter you from doing this. And while you don't feel the desire to stop it, your like programming is telling you that this should be bad for you. As the core is worked on, Samir and I assume you want to help out with this, Deimos. Is that what you're up to?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You and Samir sort of get into your workflow. Not sure what your desires normally are, but Samir works in like complete silence. He doesn't really talk to you at all. He sort of just like waves his hand when he needs a tool, and you sort of have to guess what he needs. Sometimes he'll hand you something and you don't know what to do with it. It's sort of awkward to work with, especially in this sort of like kind of high pressure scenario, but you make do.
Nice.
After another half hour goes by of this process, DULUM, you are sort of tired from this, and your parts kind of ache at the feeling of just constantly being battered and berated by somebody else.
Don't talk about my aching parts.
Someone's making it weird. I don't know who. Who did this?
Sorry,
So,
his parts ache because they're not used to being battered for so long. You can't say that.
I got flustered by the touch of another human.
He's got soft hands, all right.
It's so
Or he's got,
warm.
he's got big hands.
Big hands.
His hands are quite big, DULUM. You see, he does sometimes have trouble reaching in somewhere, and points to, points a real crooked finger at Deimos. And Deimos, your hands are like pretty big as your creature size is, but you can still reach into some areas that little Samir here cannot. So you get put upright again, and Samir sort of looks you over, and he sort of huffs, and he goes, "All right, friend, I've done a pretty good analysis, and well, I have some good news and some bad news. Which would you like first?"
Great. This unit would like the bad news first.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yes.
Well, the bad news is that I don't think I can fix you here. I'm sorry, I know that's a letdown. I know you're interested in it, but whatever is up with your core, it's beyond me. In fact, I'm not the first I'm not the first organic creature to tamper with this.
Oh.
You're sort of surprised hearing that, being, of course, from Mechanus and born and raised there. You never saw anything organic, like, ever. I'm sorry, I know that's odd. I could see that it's very slight. Whoever did this was a very professional artificer and maneuver around the robotic parts, but somebody else was in here. There was work done.
Oh, what kind of work?
I'm not sure. I wanted to be careful. I didn't want to dig up too much and take too much apart, but just because, well, in case whoever had been in here before had booby-trapped it in such a way that interacting with certain parts might hurt you, I wanted to play it on the safe side, but certain seams are welded in improper ways that the mechanics would not do. Otherwise, there is a very strong magical aura that emanates from your core that is not common in your type. Are you aware of this? Do you recall this happening?
I'll kind of like stare for like 3 minutes. Or 3 seconds, not minutes. 3 minutes. Of pure silence.
It's alright.
This unit does not remember.
Were you ever asleep for a long period of time? I know sometimes you go into hibernation when not needed.
No. The longest this unit has been in hibernation is for approximately 6 hours.
That's definitely not long enough. Then what could have done this? Samir sort of puts his hand in his chin. He starts thinking. Deimos, you recognize this as like the classic look that this guy gets when he's like really interested in something, but he doesn't want to give off that he's too excited. Because you can tell he sort of likes the puzzle here. Well, let's start at the beginning then. You were made in Mechanus, yes? Is this your first time off-world?
Yes, this is this unit's first time off of Mechanus.
Right, then it certainly couldn't be anything nefarious like some sort of attack that occurred while you were on the material plane. Instead, I propose that perhaps your creator, perhaps whatever bot built you, did not do so correctly and tried to hide their work? Or is that impossible?
This is most likely impossible.
Well, this is a long shot, but my other guess is that somehow an organic creature slipped into Mechanus and found you while you were sleeping. I know this is uncommon, but it's not impossible. I myself have traveled to Mechanus before. Not for long, of course. Your people, did not accept me as with open arms as I expected, but I was there. I spoke with your kind, and it is not impossible to imagine that someone else could get there too.
This seems like the most likely.
But this is worrisome. People are dangerous. They have ill motives sometimes. Bad cores. And he sort of holds his chest very soulfully.
He's so sensitive, Mason. He's so sensitive.
Here's what I found out, though. Whoever had affected your core had done so in a way that your body is, I'm sure you're aware that bots that are damaged are banished to Mechanus for repairs, yes?
Yes.
Well, it appears that the spell that is baked into your core is occurring frequently and often. He sort of like points at the core now. He's put it back into your body, but the leaf is no longer over it. It's still white and it's beginning to flash red again. This right here, you see this? This flash?
Yes.
This is the spell occurring. You are being banished from Mechanus. Of course, it does nothing right now because you are not there. But if you were home right now, you would be booted off, removed, and sent here. Do you understand? This takes an immense amount of energy. Your core cannot handle that for long. It is likely weeks or months or maybe even years of your life every time it goes off, and it looks to be going off every minute.
This unit did not catch this in its last diagnostic.
I'm sorry, it's a strange phenomenon. Normally you would get maintenance from your people, or the banish would work in a more successful way, but here, the magic that is normally used to repair you is being used against you. It is being used to kill you quickly. It is almost like you are sick. Your core is sick. It is wasting away, moving much faster than it deserves. And as he talks about this, he sort of reaches in and pulls very slightly on one of the brighter metal panes inside of your core. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Yes.
It's just hard.
10 plus 4, 14.
Okay, that's high enough. You succeed this. You don't get hurt by this experience, but something very unusual happens to you. You're likely have had something like this happen to you in the past, though in the past it's only been beneficial. A part of your memory is unlocked. It is wild. It feels as though somebody had just opened up a part of your mind that you had previously never even imagined. This is not, it's not a very large segment of new memories that come back to you, but basically you get the sensation of your core, and you get the feeling like you are being, like a spell is being cast on you right now. You are being sent somewhere for fixes, but you are still you're not in Mechanus. It sort of dawns on you what's happening. It's as if there was a blocker in your head somewhere, or in your memory banks, likely found somewhere deep in the core. And Samir sort of explains this too. You see, whoever did these changes to you installed some sort of tampering here that made it where you couldn't understand what was happening. Do you feel it now? And he sort of gestures, and you do. You feel that you're being banished right now, and you feel the sort of timer click down again as it happens, and then it builds back up again. 60 seconds later, it's going to happen again, and again, and again, and you can sort of chart out about how many times it'll happen before your core completely runs out of energy. This
unit thought I had a perfect memory.
I'm sorry. You do, of course. It's just something was in there. Someone was trying to hurt you. I get the feeling whoever tampered with you was not doing it out of your benefits. I think they were trying to harm you. I think they had I think they had ill intentions at heart for you.
Is there any way to take off the blockers?
Yes, I saw this one, so I could remove it. There might be more deeper inside, but like I said, I don't want to open you up in fear that there is that there is some sort of booby trap built deeper inside. I'm sure you understand. I could do it if you really want, but if somebody were to put a blocker right here on the outside that allowed it where you wouldn't understand what was happening to you, I assume that they have deeper, more nefarious traps laid inside of your core that could... And he sort of trails off, you know.
I agree.
But
Thank
I
you
hope
for your
this
help.
helps. and you can feel it now. I'm sorry, I didn't get the chance to chart out how many times this would happen before your core ran out, but I assume you can, and you sort of can now. It's
Yes.
definitely distressing. It's the sort of thing that now there's like this permanent flag in the back of your mind that you do need maintenance. You sort of wake up every day not feeling quite perfect. I'm sorry, I know this is distressing. I suppose there's a part of me that wanted to not tell you, to let you continue your enjoyment of life, but it's important because life is good and it's worth living, and I believe that you are worth this world.
Thank you, Samir.
Of course, I don't have much else I can offer you at this time, besides, of course, the knowledge that somebody was in there. While my workshop is very impressive and I have the skills to figure this out, I am not a master mechanic. I don't have the infinite skills that some of my colleagues do in other worlds. My contemporaries are much more a master mechanician than I am. There are some guild masters that I could perhaps send you in the way of, who would feel more comfortable opening up your core fully to determine whether or not there are booby traps, or perhaps to find the signature of whoever caused this.
Sure.
Okay. I know this is grim, but I believe this is a good step. You understand now a little more what is happening to you, and now you know that perhaps then whatever tampered with you, perhaps machine or man, is the same thing that is sending this Modron after you to disassemble you. Do you see, perhaps? Or perhaps not. Perhaps it's just a defect. I don't mean to cause you any harm, but I believe an organism living was inside of you, and that is what has occurred.
Thank you for your help. This unit is surprised Mechanist did not welcome you.
That's all you got out of this. You're being too friendly. I'm sorry to have burdened you with this knowledge. If you would like, and he sort of reaches down toward your core, I could make you forget this. It would be quite easy. I could just put the blocker back and you would forget this.
This unit would rather know.
Knowledge is power, my friend. And between us, I think they did not accept me because my appearance, even though I am one of our kin, I appear as man, modeled after man.
This unit apologizes.
Feel or not, my friend. We are one and the same. Please feel free to return to my shop at any time. I'm free to help you. I feel as though I fear as though your quest will involve a lot of strife to figure out what it is that caused this, and I'm here for you.
Thank you. This
I would like
unit
to
will
help.
protect Deimos.
Thank you, my friend. And if you ever need any simple fixes, perhaps a limb has befallen off or something, I can happily assist with that, or any maintenance, I am here for you. I even offer, and he sort of smiles as he says this. This is that same neutral smile that he's been practiced.
Why is it so neutral?
I've even practiced adding on enhancements to our kind. Normally, it's hard for you, an autonome, to wear, say, bracers of defense or some sort of amulet of protection, but I myself have created ways to enhance you magically. This would probably cost you, and it costs me quite a bit to perform, but if you ever come across some gold coin and you wish to upgrade yourself in any way, come back to me, alright? I have many options.
Thank you. Will this cover it? And I'll give 9 gold. I'll present my 9 gold.
You pass it over, he's like, my friend, I won't accept your currency now. This meeting was free for you, and my charges are going to likely be a little more expensive. I'm sure you understand. My work is delicate.
Thank you.
I'll put up a shop, though. I'll get a posting that you can see what is for sale.
This would be helpful.
Of course. Is there anything else I can help you with right now?
I believe that is it.
Okay, you're a strong one, DULUM. You have a great heart and a core of magic. Whatever this person did to affect your core, I'm not sure what it is, but it could be good. You could have inside of you some strengths that you do not know. And now that you know of this, this cause, I hope you can use it for better.
Thank you.
He smiles at you and he gives you a very sincere look as he pats you on the back and sets you out into the shop. Is there anything else I can sell to you all? And he walks back out. You see him now, Orpheus, and higher.
DULUM, are you alright?
Mostly.
Did you help him, Samir? Is he fixed now?
Samir gives a sort of stony look at you, and his eyes get a little worried, and he goes, Well, I tried my best, but I'll leave it up to DULUM to explain to you. He has his own needs and wants, and I would prefer if he explained the situation just so that I don't step on any toes. But unfortunately, I could not fix it entirely. Oh, but I did do one thing. I forgot to mention the good news, DULUM.
Yeah.
He looks at you and smiles and procures out of his pocket a piece of you that he had removed.
Holy.
So gory.
Good news.
It looks to be a small box or some sort of like tablet. You recognize it, knowing your own anatomy, you know exactly where this went on your body. You even probably would have realized now, oh, you felt a little lighter because it had been removed. This is your Mechanus-issued tracker that is given to all droids and robots to be tracked if in need of a decommission.
Holy.
Now, I'm not sure if this solves your immediate problems because the Nonaton still knows where you are, but hopefully this causes future problems to disappear. You can happily reinstall it if you want. I'm sure you know how, but I just thought this might help you.
Thank you. This unit will think on it.
Of course, take your time. And come back to me if you need any help.
Thank you.
He smiles at the rest of you now. Anyway, how can I help? I am a shopkeep first and foremost. Would you like to look at my wares? He gestures around.
Yeah, that sounds good. DULUM, do you have any idea how much time we have left?
I guess, can I think? Do I know exactly how much time until the guy comes?
You sort of you started a second counter in your head when it started. You have somewhere in the realm of, let me think, it's mid-morning, so you've probably got like 10 hours before the Nonaton arrives.
Approximately 10 hours.
You can be more precise if you want, of course.
No, that's good.
I think we could look at some wares and then prepare after that. What do you guys think?
Orifice will nod, but he's kind of mad dogging Samir.
Is there a problem? I can offer you my wares. I have some clocks here, finely crafted, perfectly made.
And if I buy those clocks, are they gonna like kidnap a girl somewhere and stuff her in a basement made of bricks, and
I
also make her
understand
weaker?
We should not. We are not finished yet. I take it we have more to discuss before you leave.
Obviously, I'm not happy with the situation. I mean, I'm very upset with you, and I think you're a man of weak morals. Now, I must admit, I'm grateful you helped my friend, and I think you've raised a fine son in Deimos, but I can't believe you'd help Iceland do this to me. It's offensive to every level of my very being, and you won't even help me now, so you're complicit in it.
He looks troubled by this, and he sort of flashes that smile.
Gotcha.
Your neutral grin can't get you out of this one.
Listen, my friend, it is it's part of my duties to not give out information about those that venture into my shop.
And do you often assist kidnappers?
He sort of stutters a little bit. I can offer you this. When Iceland visited us, her only goals were to figure out how to place the souls of the dead into bodies. She wished to revive loved ones, I believe. Friends and family. Her goals had nothing to do with you. But I shall speak no more on the matter. And that is final. And he sort of straightens up when he says that.
You'll forgive me if I don't believe a word of that. You mentioned an architect earlier.
Yes, I suppose if you have the item, then it's important that you know about it. The architect, the builder, a smooth stone of grey marble. Do you have it?
So the architect isn't a person who she was intentionally trying to kidnap?
No, it is an item. In fact, I was sort of excited to hear about how the heist went. Iceland wished to have stolen it from the Lady of Pain herself, and I was curious if she did.
Oh God. Alright, well first I'd like to apologize because I'm an architect by trade, so I thought you were aware that she was trying to kidnap me in particular, and I was very upset by that. Secondly, I'll say we have the stone. How scared do we need to be?
Oh, I'm sorry if I put you at ill ease. No, Iceland, I believe, has good intentions for friends and family. And if it helps, I actually assisted Iceland a little bit in retrieving the inert stone, the great architect, from the Lady of Pain.
You stole from the Lady of Pain? Okay,
Well,
so
of course, I
you're
did
an
not-
accomplice if we're on trial.
I would prefer if you didn't bring up my name.
I would prefer not to be on trial for a crime I didn't commit.
Well, I don't know how you did it. Perhaps you did it in secret where no one knew.
I would just like to remind you, I'm not Iceland. I don't like when people refer to her in the second person to me. Doesn't make any sense. Two separate people. I'm fucked.
Well, listen, do you have the stone or not?
We have the stone.
You have the stone.
She'd
Well,
like
listen to-
planted it with all these tritons in the material plane, and it was fucking up their water, so we took it from them.
That is a legendary artifact. It is powerful and dangerous.
It's making his backpack bigger, I think.
Yes. It is called the
Yes.
Inern Stone. The Inern Stone. I prefer to call it the Builder or the Architect. A legendary artifact that expands the space of a room exponentially. The Architect and its infinite hordes of flaws.
Is it hurting us to have it? What did Iceland want it for if it's so evil?
Part of some plan to, like I said, I wasn't actually aware of it. That sort of planar magic is beyond me. Space moving, it's unusual. I prefer to work in the rigid, the metal, the body.
Alright.
This unit agrees.
I'm not sure what it was doing, but I know it was not Iceland's. It was mostly operated in the great palace of the Lady of Pain herself. Some sort of keepsake,
Suppose it could be used to expand a palace.
precisely. In fact, I recall she would sometimes sell it to people. 30 gold pieces for 30 minutes inside of any room of your house.
It has been in this bag for way more than 30 minutes.
His bag is huge and it's full of rooms.
It's incredibly useful. It can turn a small chest into a portable fortress, for example, but it is not perfect.
The people we took it from, or, who wanted us to take it, said it was like tampering with their water and tainting it.
It wouldn't surprise me. It is not an item I would like to have if I were you. I would return it at once to the Lady of Pain. Remove it from yourselves. It is just trouble. Even though you could perhaps gain a bag of holding or a portable fortress out of it, it is not worth it. It is danger, and it comes with it many, many flaws.
I don't mean this as an attack, but why did you help Iceland steal it if it's so evil?
I don't mean to be condescending, my friend Orpheus, first knight of Queen Eurydice, but Iceland was very charismatic and was very friendly to talk to and was very charming. I helped her out of a friend's
I
sleep.
freaking knew it! Oh my goodness, you guys. Sorry.
She was an artificer like myself. We spoke long hours about our craft.
Well, don't worry, we'll try to get Iceland back.
Yes. I'm going to go wait outside with Malagus, and I leave.
You surely don't want to discuss? Okay. Well, can I interest any of you in my wares? And he gives you the smile now is a little, worried.
Slightly less than neutral.
Slightly less than neutral. I have some
yeah.
gears and cogs. If you'd like I have a toolkit, Tinkerer's tools, Artificer's toolkits. If you are missing any limbs, fingers or hands, I can provide mechanical replacements.
How much is a finger?
Oh my god! Samir should pay Tufto to stand outside his office and tell everyone who walks by they're gonna lose a limb.
It's the perfect sale. Oh my god.
It's the perfect scam. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
For a automaton replacement, 150 gold pieces. If you'd prefer the finer things like golem craft, it is more expensive. Clay is 300, iron 500. It increases like that.
I see. Thank you.
It appears that you have all 10 fingers, though, my friend. What's the problem?
Just paranoid, I guess.
He also sort of gestures to DULUM when he says this awkwardly. I also sell arcane batteries for constructs. It's just a small amount of magical energy.
How much money?
I usually charge 150 gold pieces for an arcane battery, but I'm willing to lower it to 75 for you.
Thank you, friend. This unit only has 9 gold at the moment.
DULUM, I have 27.
We can not take Deimos' money this early. He hasn't even stepped outside with us yet.
Lead 'em dry, boys.
We can't.
Leandra.
Well,
Blood in
that's
the
when the
water.
bargaining comes in.
We've done nothing for him.
Blood in the water. Blood in the water.
Blood in the water. Alright.
Well, perhaps we can come back if we get more gold while we're in town.
Perhaps if you'd like to save up, I have a few finer items as well. I sell a self-winding rope, a rope that automatically coils and uncoils itself, 75 gold pieces.
We actually
is
do
very
need
useful.
that shit.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good right now.
I have a spyglass, a monocle that provides enhanced vision. It increases the depth of your vision by double, including dark vision.
Holy.
That's pretty good.
It grants a bonus to checks of perception at far distance. I also have a wrench of mending, a wrench enchanting that can cast mending. Great for repairing small damages on constructs, and he gestures to DULUM. That goes for
much?
500. Oh, no, sorry, I'm doing a discount on that right now. 250 gold pieces.
Oh my god, that sounds like another valuable item, right, DULUM?
This unit can mend itself.
Okay, well.
Still
cool item. Okay, but
Okay, well, fuck me, I guess.
God, that's good. I have other things as well. An animated shield that provides an increase to armor class, or a construct armor that involves living golem parts that can repair itself as you fight.
Holy.
Or
That's
perhaps you
really
are interested in me and Deimos' private collection of items. And he sort of nods at you, Deimos. I have an arcane warhead in the back.
You have a nuclear bomb?
One-time use bombs. I charged. Well, me and Deimos didn't want to part for it for less than 10,000 gold pieces, but
when we're planning on bombing a nation, we'll come back for it.
there is no location in this plane that is large enough to contain its blast. And Deimos, you recall from memory that this plane is about 50 miles in every direction?
Holy shit.
Well, I'm glad you trust us enough to tell us.
What do you mean I'm upkeep? I'm trying to sell it to you.
I'm not
He looks like we
inside,
have 10,000 gold.
but we should ask him to tell us if he ever does sell it.
As was a warning?
Yeah.
Just to, like, get out of town, maybe.
Yeah. Go to the beach. Take a vacation.
I don't understand. I thought we were all friends here.
No, we're worried about the warhead being used and killing us all.
I promise it won't do that.
What was this guy's
Okay.
last name again? Oppenheimer?
I promise it's safe here.
Thank you. I do admit we are a bit poor, but we'll come back when we have more money.
You can't hate a gentleman for trying. All right, keep me in mind in all of your endeavors. I have several other items of value that I could interest you in, but for now, DULUM, keep me in mind while you are here. It might take you all a while to exit. I assume you're trying to leave through Zabrix.
Yes.
Yes.
He's sort of like, tisks. That man is not trustworthy. I don't like him in any means.
Are there any better options?
I agree.
Options?
Right now, no. I am aware that the Lady of Pain herself has an exit portal for her private comings and goings, but Zabrix is the only one here who is, proficient enough with planar travel to get you to leave. It is just, and he sort of looks at Deimos when he says this and goes, well, you know what I mean. He's odd, untrustworthy, and a bit all over the place. Has odd inclinations.
Well, unfortunately, we've already done him one favor, so he just might let us out.
I hope so. For both of us. If not, though, there's lots to do here, and if you need money, I could perhaps give you something to do. I believe there are a few chores around here that I could ask that I didn't want Deimos to do alone.
Could you tell us?
Are you interested in?
It sounds like there are things we could definitely use the money for.
Of course. Let me go in the back and collect a few documents. Collect myself. 1 second. And he wanders into the back. Oh, and as he enters through the door frame, he turns back and goes, "Oh, but before I forget, I encourage you not to pursue any of these activities before you deal with the Nonaton this evening. That is a much more pressing issue. I wish I could help you all, but as I said, I do not wish to incur the ire of the plane of Mechanus any more than I already have. You understand?"
Yes, we understand that.
I appreciate you all. And he wanders to the back, leaving you guys alone in the front for a second. Malagus sort of wanders back in now. You notice a small pitter-patter of rain has begun outside now. Nothing harsh, just a very shallow, soft storm occurring outside.
Orpheus.
Mason, give it to me straight. Is this guy zoinked off of the booth?
He does. He looks about the same. It's actually kind of concerning how he basically looks the same.
Okay.
But he looks a little more chill, and he doesn't have that sort of scowl in his mouth that you're used to. In fact, you notice now that Malagus does actually look like pretty normal when he has a normal expression on his face.
Can I try to very subtly sniff the air to see if I can get the smell of the whatever drug it is?
Yeah, give me a perception check on that one.
But the question is Hire like chill enough to smell the difference between a cigarette or a joint?
No, absolutely not. Has never been around drugs in his life. 22.
You smell it. I mean, you've been in the material plane a bit, right, Hire?
Yeah, a bit.
Okay, 22. That's pretty damn good. You do recognize this. This is some sort of fantasy weed, like an herb that you assume allows the individual to experience some sort of lucidity and a highness. You rolled pretty high. You think you might know the strain.
What's the strain, then, man?
This is there's two families that are pretty close. This is either in the they call it a dancing lights strain.
That is so cool.
Or is he in the couch?
Yeah, this dude better not have just smoked a bunch of sativa.
So the one of them is dancing lights. You're not sure which that you probably know that one is the sort of high energy one, and the other one is simply called frosted.
Dude,
Nice.
I'm
Cool.
so frosted right now.
Dude, my flake just got so frosted.
Dude, you dancing right now? Or you frosted?
Dude. Oh, dude, I'm so frosted right now.
So good.
How did you do that?
You just took a
Oh, you
rip
know,
off
I just have my
bong.
bong. My D&D bong.
For those at home, DULUM just took a fucking massive crank off the ball. God, he's sticky with it, Jesus.
It's just so cool.
So that is what you smell on him. You think it's in the dancing light strain.
Okay.
Oh my god, what?
No, this smells him out. Good for him. You know, a win for
nevertheless,
us.
though, as you sort of smell him, he goes, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Sorry,
Piss
you
off.
just you smelled really good. No, that's not what I meant to say. I'm bad at lying.
Whatever. Did we rob this place yet? And he says that out loud in front of Samir.
Okay, bud. I don't think we want to get killed by the Lady of Pain. Maybe it's time to skedaddle.
Her Lady of Pain, Lady of fucking boring. Find a better name, you know what I'm saying?
I try to give him a fist bump for that one.
Okay, he meagerly sort of hits back and smiles a little bit.
Let's go.
Where are we going anyway? Do we have plans for the day?
I'll poke my head in from the rain.
Okay.
There it is. I don't know if I told you guys, but there's this kid Cecil at the hotel who needs to be helped back to his parents. He also might be the spirit of the woman who mostly raised me. It's hard to say which he'll be when we return, but it's one of the two.
Oh,
Oh my god. So we're
That's
kidnapping
the list of
children now.
people to help return?
Yeah, well, apparently she's been sort of coming and going, so I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe she's been like looking for me, but it's hard to say.
Wait, maybe she knows a way in and out of this plane then as well.
Exactly. But the problem is, last time I talked to her, it wasn't her. It was this little boy who was all like crying and like scared and stuff, missing his parents. And he was like, I keep going to this dark, scary place. I don't know.
Sounds awful.
It was upsetting. Especially, I look at Samir and then I cut myself off. Anyways, I'll meet you outside.
Samir is sort of standing there awkwardly with some papers in his hands, and he sort of looks surprised and he goes, "Of course, sorry to bother you. I have quests for you once you're done this evening with your adventuring. Come back to me, all right?
We will. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
May the gods be with you." And he
my
walks
God.
out, and he sort of waves meekly at Deimos as you theoretically leave with this group. He's sort of like, do stop by tomorrow if you'd like. Perhaps I'll have something for you guys. Goodbye now. And he bows deeply and returns to his work in the back room. You guys exit the shop out into the rain.
Alright, so as I was saying, at first I felt really bad because I was like, oh no, Iceland's trapped in this small dark place. But now I'm like, maybe she put herself there, so I don't care as much about that. But I'm still worried about Cecil.
Yeah,
So-
we should be. We should go find him.
She seemed motivated to return when you went unconscious.
Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of it that way.
Oh my god, maybe she's hiding from something. Like her
She wants me to
spiritually?
get taken by the Lady of Pain for her crime? Maybe. I don't know. She's a criminal. She's a thief.
Keep your voice down.
Alright. That's a good idea. Alright. Well, does anyone else have things they need to go do around town? Or should we get Cecil and take him back? Wait, or should we get Cecil and take him back to his parents?
Well, I do think today we should stay here. Perhaps fight the automaton destructor robot in the forest, perhaps?
Oh no, I agree, stay in Surcad. Cecil's parents live in this city, I think, he said.
Oh, then we should absolutely return the child.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
We have approximately 9 more hours.
The timer continues
countdown.
in your head now, DULUM. DULUM, you feel a little more in touch with yourself. Obviously, the niceties of a like inspection were really good for you. You were able to sort of like get in touch with your body a little more, and it felt nice. But more than that, you now also have a this sort of sense of self, like you understand yourself a little better.
I get me. If no one else gets me, I get me.
So you have a timer running though in your
I
head.
have a lot of timers on.
Yeah, you're just running timers, man. Okay, so you guys are out in the street now. You want to return back to your inn. Deimos, you are following this group now. You're pretty familiar with the lay of the land here. You even know of the tavern they're going to, which is called the Smoldering Corpse Tavern.
Oh god, I would never stay at that tavern.
Yeah, probably
personally.
that place like the plague. That's not for high society kind.
You're too good for the smoldering corpse.
I feel like, most people with the coin should be. Hopefully.
I mean, you do have the coin.
It's true.
He's rolling it though.
Deimos, I don't mean to overstep, but I feel as if I had a similar situation to yours. My creator, or my god, I guess, my goddess, asked me to leave my home plane to travel for the sake of exploring and figuring out what I want for myself. And while I believe it was for the best, I remember it was not the best of days.
Yeah. It's definitely been tough out here, for sure, but better, I think.
Malagus sort of shouts at the end of that and goes, "Probably because she didn't fucking want you higher."
Ignoring him.
Racist.
Deimos, let me tell you, I appreciate that you're setting out in the world, but I think the first lesson you'll have to learn, look, that Samir guy, you know, seems whatever, soft hands type, you know. He's not used to fighting, but you're gonna get used to things like the smoldering corpse, and you're gonna start seeing the value and stuff like that. That's where the real fighters are, on the ground level.
Oh, well, that does interest me. I've been studying the art of combat for a while, so I am excited.
There's nothing like doing it. Oh yeah.
So you guys have a killer robot after you?
Yeah.
It has 9 arms.
Oh, that's a lot of arms.
So how strong is this thing going to be? Because if DULUM's a robot, and no offense, DULUM, but you're pretty tiny, I feel like we could, you know, just sort of hit you until you stopped moving. And this thing has 9 arms, so I assume it's a bit bigger than him, but you all seem much more frightened of this than I would have expected.
Yes, this unit alone could subdue this entire party without any effort.
I rub your head and like, aw. Oh, I know, DULUM, don't worry about that. But this 9-armed fella, is he your size or a little bigger, maybe higher size?
It should be more than double this unit size.
Okay, so, you know, about Deimos' size.
This unit has never seen one in combat.
Alright. So we should prepare for the worst.
Yes, the worst would be apt.
Here's one thing you do know, DULUM, that I will note that I assume you would just have on hand. In terms of the entirety of Mechanus, the base Modrons, there are probably somewhere in the realm of like 300 million of them. In the entirety of Mechanus, there are only 81 Nonatons. Just like there are only 100 Decatons and 64 Octons.
Yeah.
Similar all the way down, but there are only 81, and you know that means they are important. You've probably never seen one.
Yeah.
I hate your fucking math you just did in front of us.
Oh, it is. 9
was
squared, 8
sick.
squared. Motherfucker.
Goes
There's
all the way
not
down.
supposed
It's
to be
beautiful.
multiplication in D&D. What is this, GURPS? Jesus.
What is this? Where's the pie? Where's the pie?
Where's the pie?
Oh, that's our
For the
first
listener at
reference.
home, GURPS is our real favorite tabletop role-playing game.
We're just doing this.
Wait,
to
wait,
pass
That's our
wait, wait.
game.
Who can name what GURPS stands for quickest, besides Mason or Isaac?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
General.
Fuck you.
General?
Fuck you.
Universal.
Yup.
Roleplay system.
Role-playing
What's the G?
simulator.
Gotta be roleplay system.
It's just embarrassing. It's just
The
so
G could be
embarrassing how
I
we
thought
don't
it
global.
know.
was general.
General is close.
That's pretty close.
Global.
Generic.
Ole.
There we go.
Huge.
Thank you, GURPS fans at home.
Thank you, GURPS.
But at a minimum, Pyre's gonna step away and part from the group for a bit after Malagus's comment on his goddess not liking him.
Okay, you step away for a moment. Feeling a little anxious. Your ring is in hand though, so that helps.
Oh yeah, we're ripping the ring for sure.
Yeah, you're rubbing it. It's
And
feeling
then
a
I
lot
can
better.
and then I can return.
You feel better. You take a moment off to the side. You do you want to do this stealthily?
No, I think my character's pretty upset and kind of forgets to even like stealth.
Okay. So the rest of the party, you guys notice, Hire sort of wanders off into the hustle and bustle of Circad and disappears for a few moments and returns later, looking much better and refreshed.
I'm just like Malik.
On your return, Malagus does sort of slink over to you and he's like, "Hey, listen, friend. I realized that I might have overstepped a little bit earlier, and I'd like to apologize."
Well,
I realize you jest. Yeah, it's just a similar, or just one of those topics. We don't have to talk about it.
Yes, I really feel like I need to apologize. I didn't mean to say that your god didn't love you. That was hurtful and rude. In all honesty, your god probably just forgot about you.
Well, thank you for saying that. At least,
Yes, I thought that would make you feel better. Of course, I'm thinking about you. You know, I'm worried about you.
Thank you, Maligat.
You're gonna kick this guy like he kicks fucking the cats in the street?
Oh yeah. No, this is psychological warfare. Actually,
Who's winning?
me. I'm in his head.
Oh, you're in there, are you?
Yeah, he feels shame for the first time.
All right, you sort of peel off for a second and come back. As you come back, Orpheus is almost back. Excuse me, gentlemen.
Excuse me.
DULUM, you sort of grapple with the fact that one of 81 is coming for you, and you think also about how, oh man, it would be awful to kill that thing because then there'd only be 80 and it wouldn't be right.
Fuck! We cannot kill it. Fuck.
You do also know that a Nonaton, in accordance with this game, obviously is 9th in line for the Primus.
All 81 of them?
Well, when I guess I won't explain it, but DULUM could to you how it works.
Well,
But you know that, DULUM. You guys return to the smoldering corpse cavern. You are welcomed by the pleasant scream of the man burning internally in the middle. And the barkeep Jackknife sort of pokes her head from out behind the man and waves at you guys all with a big grin on her face.
hey, back.
Hey, are you guys you guys with that weird priest guy?
Oh god, what's he do?
Yes.
Oh no, I had to shake him off. He was trying to, the best word I can say is escape.
Well, thank you for doing that.
I beat him back though, don't worry. And she like flexes her robot arm.
He is not a prisoner.
Oh, well, I didn't say that. The way he was acting was suspicious, you know? So I asked him what he was up to, and he said, I'm leaving these shitheads. I won't be their prisoner anymore. And then I thought, you're paying me, and he's not paying me, so I'll side with this paying customer.
Well, we greatly appreciate it. Honestly, we fear
Do
he may
we?
be a danger to his own health. So.
Yes.
What? I didn't hurt him. I actually just gave him a drink and a snack. He really settled down. I gave him a bottle of liquor.
No, he might hurt himself. And so we are just, keeping an eye on him. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, you might want to go check on him then. Hey, can I
Yes,
get
we'll
you guys
do.
anything though? You want a beverage, Malagus? And Malagus sort of smiles.
I think it's a little early for him. We have more work to do.
He frowns, and Jackknife sort of gives you a nod and says, always to business then. All right, off you go.
We do have to save our friend from actively being destroyed today, so we're a bit on a schedule, and being sober might help.
Sure. I was just offering if you had any interest in some quests I have for you, some trinkets in the back of your name on it if you're interested.
We are, but we sort of have to... Is Cecil still in?
You know what? He did leave. You're right. And I asked him
Okay.
where he was going. I did.
Uh-huh.
I kept an eye on him. Let me remember what he said. He said, he gave me the key, and he said he left something in his room that he wanted you guys to see. I think it was a note.
All right.
Or maybe he slipped it under your door, and then he said he was leaving, and then he left. Does that help?
That does help.
Was he
Thank
acting
you.
like himself?
I mean, I really didn't speak with him much, either when he entered or just now. He's been mostly very aloof. And to be honest, I probably shouldn't be serving a child anyway, so I'd like to keep my interactions with him really very quick. He seemed normal, though. Seemed quick to move. He wasn't carrying anything, besides like a small bag. And I asked him where he was going, and he said he's going to the Ghost District. I asked.
Okay.
All right. Okay,
you.
Cecil. I'll start walking up the stairs.
Okay, you make a way up.
If my friends accompany me, then once we're out of earshot of her, I'll say to them, just for what it's worth, if I had to pick a single adjective to describe Deimos, the woman who might be in his body, it would definitely be aloof. So, I'm going to go in this room. Okay, I have to admit something. Last night when I came to talk to her, I called her the second Knight of Queen Ridice, and I'm now realizing that was a mistake, and she's the third Knight of Queen Ridice. And she's definitely the type that if I made a slip up like that, she would assume it meant I was an enemy spy here to kill her. So, there's that.
Human
so there
error
might
occurs.
be, yeah, human. So there might be a bomb or something. So I'd ask you all let me walk in first.
Sure thing.
I'll heal you if you go down.
Thank you. Don't let
Let's hope she
Iceland
didn't
kill
buy a
herself.
warhead.
If I go down and Iceland comes back, if you could just try to restrain her and make her live in this body while I'm in Valhalla for a few millennia, I'd appreciate it. I'll go to Cecil's room. Try to crack that door open.
Okay, you approach. It's locked, but Jackknife at the desk gave you the key, which sort of like allows you, to peek through a little bit if you'd like, but to crack the door. Would you like to just open it all the way?
I'll try to slip in while holding it mostly closed to keep the blast radius small.
Blast radius? Poor expectations.
Someone already bought the nuke.
Yeah, I walk in, but I keep the door as shut as possible. I'm slipping in.
Okay, you slip in. It is dark in here. There looks to be an unlit lantern on a table, and there is a piece of paper on there. Otherwise, it's a pretty clean room. You don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Ooh, okay. I am trusting, but I am accustomed to warfare, so I will not throw the door open. I will walk up to the note with the door closed. And I do have dark vision, so I'm not turning on that lamp. I don't know if lamp bombs are a thing, but it seems like it.
A lamp
They're
bomb.
everywhere.
You smell gas.
The lamp's ignition turns a little too long. Okay, so I want to approach the note and read it.
The note reads in a flowing common script. Dearest Orpheus, if it's really you and praise Riddicy, I hope it is, meet me on the 4th floor, a back room of the haunted tower in Circad. I wish to discuss our shared history and plans to return back to our home plane of Valhalla. Please be advised that I will still be in the form of a small boy, likely. Bring your associates and allies. I would like to meet all of them. Yours endlessly, second night of Queen Riddicy, Dionysia.
It's a trap! I yell, it's a trap, aloud from in the room. It's a trap, it's a trap. She would never say that. She would never make the same stupid mistake I made. I ran out into the hallway. It is her, for sure. It's Dionysia, and this is a trap. But I don't know what I'm supposed to do if I think she's lying. Okay.
Perhaps we still want to go and convince her it is the real you.
I run back into the room. Okay? I'm so good. I remember my lesson so good, I want to turn on the lamp.
Okay. What lesson did you learn?
I want to hold the note over the lamp.
Oh.
Okay.
What did you think?
Alright, give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. 21.
Oh.
21, that is pretty good. You don't set it on fire,
I like that.
which is a win. That is a win right there, my friends. You sort of hold the note over the lantern, waving it back and forth, waiting for something to happen. You hold it over, remembering a lesson that you had with Dionysia regarding secret notes. And sure enough,
Oh my god!
As if it was in some sort of invisible or perhaps magically hidden ink, you see bleeding into the page is an enormous black X that completely crosses out the entirety of the message you just read.
Okay, well, it's still not helpful.
As the giant X appears, you see sort of appearing underneath it in a very tiny script, barely noticeable. You think likely any bigger and the sort of invisible ink would have been visible, but heated up now, you can see it written so tiny, is a tiny script that says, and I will include this in the chat as well, find Bisque.
Fine. Alright. I don't think she wants to help me because I'm stupid, so she just gave me different errands instead.
Why are you going on a magical fucking goose chase? Orpheus, you really need to get this shit in order.
Well, it's just because if she's stuck here, she'll find a way back before I will, I think, so I was hoping I could, get in on her way back. But...
You're kidding me! Listen to me, Iceland, you've been stringing us along this entire time with your stories and your shit with spies. Can we quit that for now?
Don't call me Iceland. Alright. I don't know. I can't stop it because I need to get home, is the thing. But, Dionysia's not gonna help me now because I disappointed her. So, let's kill the Nonatron and go to Waterdeep and get home that way. Or, yeah. I don't know. I will say, in her note she said to find Bisque, and that means 3 of us are here, and I don't know why or how Iceland got 3 of us here. So, I don't know.
All right, so what would you guys like to do now? While you're up here, I will mention you notice that your door is closed as ever. You recall from the conversation you had downstairs, for those of you still down there, Deimos, Hire, and DULUM, that the father is up there supposedly chilling, and you guys have Malagus sort of shouting around the room.
Yeah,
Who
let's
is
try to
Bisk?
find the father.
Bisk is my squire. He's a good lad, but a bit rough around the edges. He won't
do
help
you
us
think
if
he's
we
here?
find him. I didn't think so, but if Diamisha says he is, I don't see why she'd be wrong. I will say, if we're to find him, he won't be helping us. We'll be meant to help him. Just a guess. I
Do you
don't
not
love
have
having a
authority over him?
squire. I've never been able to tell anyone this. No, it's because I'm meant to, but he's just willful, and I'm not. He doesn't respect me. I don't know.
He's
Don't
that
tell
bad of a
Riddicy I
squire?
said that. Well, it's hard being a squire. And I don't know. I don't know why he doesn't respect me, because I'm a great warrior, so there you go.
Would you like help
Yes,
commanding
yes, you are.
authority?
I'm frightened of how you'll command authority, DULUM, because my strategy so far has been to just set a good example and hope he'll follow it.
This seems ineffective.
Well, I'm honestly, I'm really frightened of what you'll do to my boy if I let you.
Well, this unit will not command authority. You would.
I guess I don't want to command so much as lead by example. It seems like it's only right that Riddicy should command, which is why I didn't want a squire in the first place, because, I'd rather just... Well, it's not that I'm a follower, per se. I mean, I can lead troops if I need to, but I'd just rather someone else do it.
Are you not the first knight?
Well, yes, but she's the queen.
Yes.
It's okay.
But the
Some
first
people
knight
prefer
must-
to take orders.
Yes. The second knight must obey the first knight.
No, we all just obey Riddicy. It's like we're her hand, right? The thumb doesn't control the pointer finger, but the thumb's still more important.
That's confusing.
Quite.
I
Does
got
the
it.
pinky have as much power as the thumb?
Well, the pinky sort of knew, and not everyone agreed with her appointment, so not really.
How about the ring finger?
The ring finger's a slacker, but he has a good heart.
How does one get appointed?
Riddicy chooses us.
Wow,
Most
so
of us
Riddicy's a big fan of you.
Oh yeah, well I was, her first follower, so I guess I was sort of grandfathered in. But I'm also her most loyal follower, so, I've earned it. But
What is
also,
the point
it's
of the
her
title?
graciousness. I
So you're
serve
the
her.
biggest rule maker.
I don't like your tone.
Is it
Malagus.
true? Are you the biggest? Do you have the biggest, wettest, licking tongue for that?
I have no tongue, but I am the tallest of her knights, so,
He
I
looks
might
down at
actually
you.
be with Malagus on this one.
What do you mean? It's good to serving a person of strong moral compass and rigid values guides your life and gives it purpose.
I didn't say it was a bad thing.
All right, it's a good thing, I would say. The best thing one can do with one's afterlife. The only thing, also, but it's okay that it's the only thing because it's the best thing. Anyways, I don't know why we're really getting into the details of this right now.
It is a confusing system.
Well,
How
listen,
so?
shit. Orpheus.
The titles do not mean more power.
Well, Queen is the most power, and then the 5 knights, we're all sort of pretty high up there, but mostly we follow her orders, and then we take
Mostly
care of
equal.
the citizens. I suppose, mostly equal. I mean, I don't know, not all the knights see it that way. The pointer finger, kind of a, aiming for power, but
Cannot overtake the thumb.
Exactly! No one will, because the thumb came first, and the thumb is what makes a hand, otherwise it's a paw, so...
I mean, paws are pretty cool. Nothing wrong with a paw.
Who's talking?
Why would Hire say
Yeah,
that?
no, that was Carter. That was Carter. My apologies.
As you're saying this, Malagus speaks up. Listen, Orpheus, I don't mean to be all uppity about this, but it seems like you're a real fucking ass-kiss for this lady Riddicy, and it seems like you really care about this bitch Diamisha, so listen, if you know where she's going to be in some 4th floor of some shitty place. Or did you share that information, by the way?
I wouldn't have hidden it, so he could have
Okay.
held the note or something. I didn't say it, but he knows. That's fine.
If she's hiding in some
story, then she could help, you know? Sure, she set a trap, but what if we go there expecting a trap, disarm it or whatever, and then we have her there for you to talk to? Then at least you can get more information than this shit, because this is uncaring bullshit.
We would just be doing 2 fights in one day if we could handle that, potentially.
The odds we outmaneuver Diamisha's planning are pretty narrow. She's the best strategist who's ever lived or died. Also, Malagus, I just want to say, it's really interesting to hear you use the word uncaring as an insult. I feel like you care deeply.
I don't care.
Seems like you do. Just saying.
If I may, DULUM doesn't think we can beat the destructor robot, yet we can. So I believe the same would be true of Diamisha if we had to.
I suppose she is in the body of a small boy, but honestly, her strength was never physical. She's very smart. She's, if it gives any perspective, she's considered the oldest ghost in Valhalla, because she remembers the most. She remembers everything. The longest?
Of the fingers.
Exactly! I want to rub
Are
Julum's
you
head.
the youngest?
I wouldn't say I'm the youngest, because I've been around with Rudicy since the beginning.
Are you the youngest out of all the ghosts in terms of age?
Well, we don't really have age, do we? We all live in eternity. No one really remembers what happened before Rudicy, and we're all around for her, so...
Equals.
Equals. Except Diamisha, she's the oldest. And Bisk is young, that's why he's a squire. He doesn't remember anything, so...
Is he part of the foot?
No, but I'm going to tell that to him next time I see him. Alright, well, I guess I don't think we should go to Diamisha's trap, because even if we could outsmart her, I think it'd just piss her off. Perhaps I don't know, Jackknife said she had quests for us to make some money, or we could just stay here or go to the forest and prepare for the Nonatron.
I believe we have
Nonatron, am I
some
saying
time
that
and
right?
then we should go.
Alright.
Nonaton, yes.
Nonaton.
1 of 81 units.
That number means nothing to me with the context of a 9.
Well, there's only one of you, DULUM.
This is factually incorrect.
What?
The DULUM I'm looking at right now is only you.
Thank you for your sentiment.
DULUM's getting prissy.
I love DULUM.
Alright, so what would you guys like to do? Deimos, you sort of get a brief glimpse into the average conversation this group has. During this conversation, I should add that Malagus has been shooting you death glares the entire night. You're not sure why, and every once in a while he sort of looks up to you, and then he looks mad about it.
He's not the tallest anymore.
Damn, is that why?
Oh, would he be so superficial? I don't know. If you want to roll me an insight check, though.
I would love to. Oh, a strong 6.
Oh, huge. This is a new group of people, so it's sort of hard to get a grasp on any of them per se. You think he might just be mad all the time, but it could have something to do with height.
Interesting.
It always does. I just want you to know, Mason, so far, I think every single human we've met in the campaign, besides Father Luches, has been described as short, so I can only imagine Father Luches is a giant among just short humans.
Sorry, Malagus was taller than Samir, if that helps.
There's a pecking order being established.
True.
Can I cast Detect Thoughts?
Oh, that is
Oh
so
my God.
good.
Fuck yeah, you can.
A spellcaster, I see.
Stop
Who would you like
sorry.
to cast Detect Thoughts on?
Malagus.
Well, not this guy. You would do it to Malagus, my boy. Here, let me
He's
include
gonna immediately start scrapping.
Okay, he's gonna roll is it a wisdom saving throw?
Let me check.
Sounds
Wisdom saving throw, okay, DC 13. Let me make that roll for you. Malagus is rolling at disadvantage because he is inebriated.
Let's go. Is he so crossed right now?
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh,
You got a 2 and a 1. Malagus critical failed this detect thoughts spell. You cast it so secretive, he did not even notice what was happening, is not even looking in your direction. His thoughts are born out into you.
Oh god. Give me all of them.
You probe into his mind. So the first thing he's thinking is, God damn it, that fucking guy is so fucking tall. I used to have such a fucking and I would always say shit. Like, short folk around me are so annoying, but god damn it, I can't say that anymore. And what's with his cool fucking cloak? It's so much cooler than mine, so much more tattered and beat up. He looks so fucking cool wearing it. God damn it, he looks so traveled. Stupid fucking guy.
I feel
just want
better.
to drink. He's really just brooding. I can keep going if you'd like. Just like thinking of things. He wants to go back to the room and just sit. You can tell he's very tired. He doesn't want to fight a robot later tonight. He's thinking about how DULUM probably wouldn't fight a robot for him, so he doesn't want to fight a robot for DULUM.
Oh wow.
He's also worried that he's going to be high the entire fight, which he's pretty sure he is. He's mad that no one warned him. If you'd like, let me see, how does this work? You can probe deeper. How does probe deeper work? Carter, I know you know this spell pretty well.
You make another check. It's the same check.
Oh, another one. If you'd like, you can probe deeper to see his sort of like inner thoughts. His like is something that looms large in his mind, such as a worry, or you can get into his reasoning.
Let's do it.
Awesome. I'll do it again. All right, here we go, buddy. He's running at disadvantage again for his lackluster state of affairs. Okay, highest was a 6. You are right in there. Feels great. You're really just picking him apart, huh? Okay, excuse me for a second while I just read off his character sheet.
Can we finally know his class?
Ha! No, I'm not telling you his fucking class.
What the fuck?
No.
Okay, let me think. As you probe deeper into Malagus's mind, it gets sort of sour in here. You, I sort of doubt you've cast Detect Thoughts on a large breadth of people, but this mind is definitely one of the more sour ones you've ever come across. His mind is just sort of full of this pressing, pushing, ever-present sort of like distaste. It's sort of like it's like the resting bitch face, but for his mind. You learn the following things about him. First off, Malagus is something that's looming large in his mind. You know, Malagus right now is very frustrated and worried with the fact that he is currently sick with something. You're unable to identify what the disease or ailment is, but right now he is sick and it really stresses him out. In addition, you know his left arm is currently broken and he's keeping it a secret. Finally, the reasoning behind a lot of his stuff right now is you can tell he seems sort of insecure right now. It seems a lot of his anger right now comes from an insecurity of meeting new people and trust issues. He seems to be just sort of worried about trusting people too much, and he's insecure that he is not going to be able to keep up with the group for long enough, and he constantly worries that he's going to get kicked out for some reason, so he doesn't want to make attachments. And that's what you learn. At this moment in time. That's what he's thinking about right now. He sort of glances over at you again, then scowls, as usual, and then the forefront comes again where he's like, God damn it, why is that fucker so big? He could probably eat me.
Oh, Malagus.
And then that's what you learn.
God, I could fix him.
Malagus, you're looking really pissy right now.
It's just because I think, Orpheus, that your stupid Diamisha or whatever probably can't set traps good enough for me, huh? Because you said she's the best tactician in the world, but, well, she's never met me, and I could probably fuck her up real good, huh? She was a kid.
Nice. I lean towards the group and I quietly ask, how long has your friend, how long does he have a broken arm for?
DULUM, your arm is broken too?
No, the grimy, stinky, angry one.
Malagus has a broken arm?
Yeah, he's it's really bothering him. And maybe that's why he's in a sour mood. Yeah.
Did
Did you just
I
like
want to
observe
turn-
that?
Yes.
Man of medicine, I see.
Wow, you
Didn't know we had a cleric.
you have quite the skills, my friend.
Thank you.
Malagus, show me your arms.
He sort of jumps up scared like a startled animal. What? Check
Show 'em
my
to me.
arm.
Hand them over.
No, hands off.
Yes. Malagus.
What do you want to see my fucking arms for? You think I got cards up my sleeves? He shakes his hands.
Does one look bad?
He's wearing that heavy green coat, the grimy one that looks waxy. And it's much thicker around the limbs and around the torso than the rest of it, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Oh my god, that's why he probably stinks. He's scared to take his clothes off to hurt
You
himself.
can roll me an insight check or perhaps a medicine check.
It's better. 15 medicine.
Looking at his arms, sure enough, the left arm, theoretically his non-dominant arm, does look a little bent.
I want to grab it, but like above the break.
Give me a sleight of hand check. He sort of pulls his arm back as you do so. You can do it with advantage because he's moving slow.
You also, it's broken. I rolled a 21.
Okay. You grab his arm and he winces. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? Hands off.
Show me your arm. Take off this coat.
He sort of struggles a bit, and you kind of get to roll up his sleeve with your other hand. Sure enough, his left arm is swollen purple. It looks bad.
Jesus, Malagus, this looks horrible.
It looks really rough. It looks like it's been broken for a long time, and he just hasn't been tending to it.
Why didn't you tell us?
It's fine. Let go of me. Get off. And he tries shoving you.
No, stop fighting me. I shove him back.
Okay. He gets sort of belligerent now. Oh, fuck off. You're not my fucking mom, alright? None of you are. You're all fucking, basically, youth surrounding me. I don't need your fucking permission or attendance for anything here, huh? I don't need your help.
Hire's a healer. Let Hire heal it.
Oh,
Malagus,
it's fine.
we just want to help.
You've already healed it basically before. Look, it's better. And he points at it and it's purple.
This isn't fine, Malagus. This looks horrible.
Listen,
There's realistically anything I can do.
we fight every day, all right? It's just going to re-break every time. It's fine. It's no big deal, all right? I can still... And he clenches his hand back and forth a couple times, and it moves pretty normal. I can still hold a blade. I'm fine.
No. We're not doing that.
But if it hurts, that's just unnecessary.
Pain is just a weakness leaving your body, right?
No. At the least, we can splint it or make a sling. But you're not fighting anymore with it like this.
What even brought this on, huh? How'd you figure that out? I thought I was doing a good job keeping a secret.
It's pretty obvious.
Really?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I saw it almost right away once I noticed.
Hire, you bastard. You want to take a look at it? And he thrusts this sort of purple arm in front of you. It's hot to the touch.
Can I help him at all?
It is broken in such a way where if you just cure wounds on it, it might not get that much better. But if you... I will give it a healing threshold that if you exceed that threshold, it will heal fully. Give me a medicine check if you want to guess what that is.
Hey, party, please answer honestly. Should I cast this now, or should I wait until after our fight?
Here's the thing. Strategically, right, we would wait till after the fight, but I do think roleplay-wise, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I got a 15.
Okay, 15. You think the threshold is probably 12 healing points in a single cast?
Oh.
If you get over 12, then he'll probably...
That's not that
completely
bad. Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast healing on him.
Okay, what spell you cast?
Just give me one sec. God, not healing word. It is... Go ahead and cut.
Cure
Curing
wounds,
the
baby,
wounds.
show me cure wounds.
Cure my
Yep,
wounds.
thank you so much for saving me. Actually,
No, you're right. Yeah, I'll cast Cure Wounds at a 2nd level.
Okay, give me your dice.
Oh, I
Show
actually
me
kind
the
of need to
dice.
get lucky on this.
See if the numbers. I'm up all night to get lucky.
Holy shit!
Oh my
God!
It was 3 1s.
Wait, those were
Oh,
ones. I
okay.
thought they were eights.
I thought they were. Yeah, I thought they were 8s.
That's
DM, they were
tough,
probably
man.
eights.
That is.
I got
tough.
11.
Okay, you lean over Malagus, you give your healing. Something was wrong with this cast, your heart wasn't quite in it. And his arm, the puffing and swelling goes down a bunch. You even sort of feel the bones click back into where they're supposed to go. And you see relief flood over his face, but it wasn't quite enough. You can still feel that there is a fracture in there, and even though it looks better now, the swelling went down, you're sure that if he gets into another fight, it will just crack again and it'll get worse. So it worked for now, but you're not sure if it'll last. Oh, thank you. That feels so much better. Is it fixed now, Doc?
My heart wasn't in it. Give me one more try.
Are you sure? I can wait. I promise. I can get through a fight.
Fighting on it will just make it worse.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try again.
Okay. Give me a good roll. Good roll.
Good roll.
Yeah, we got it. 29.
Holy.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Completely perfect. I like it. Nice. All right, I'm going to remove the broken arm condition, the status condition from
Thank
Malagus.
God. Now we just need to
Oh my
cure
god,
his
he's gonna be so much
syphilis.
nicer.
His what?
I'm just guessing here.
This makes sense.
All we know about this man's personal life is that he hires prostitutes to let him wash their hair. Okay? That's sort of the level of degeneracy he's functioning at.
Didn't he mess with your hair last night?
Yeah, and afterwards he was like, it's been so long since I've done that. And I was like, when was the last time you did that? And he was like, I don't know, probably hired a prostitute. Really soured the moment.
Yeah, that sounds pretty tough.
Mm-hmm. Malagus looks 100 times better. He even gets a smile over his face, and Deimos, you still get the residual feelings from the detect thoughts that he is feeling a lot better now. When he all of a sudden, a lot of the anxieties of him feeling angry and upset sort of disappear for a moment, as he's like, "Hire, that really means a lot to me. Thank you. I don't know how to thank you. Do you want gold?"
No, it's okay. I would do it for any party member, including you.
He leans towards you and puts a hand on your shoulder and goes, "What's this again? Ether bless you."
Aww.
That means a great deal to me. Yes, that's right. Thank you.
He nods his head. "I won't forget," and sort of goes back to his brooding hole. But he looks a little better now.
My brooding
Just straight
hole.
back in it.
You have a brooding hole.
You look like a brooding hole.
DULUM, you think you have about 8 hours before this Nonaton appears. You guys have a few things you could do in the meantime, or we could fast travel to that event in the forest. What would you guys like to do?
Didn't the innkeep / barkeep say that she had items that we could go through?
She did, but she said that you would need to do some things for her first, like do some quest stuff.
Okay.
She has a junk box for you, though, to go look through if you do something for her.
I definitely want to do that. I do sort of think for now we should just wait and rest before the Nonaton fight. Especially now I'm worried about Malagus and I'm thinking he needs a nap or a shower now that he can have 2 working arms to shower with. I'm really hoping he'll clean himself.
Number 1 priority.
Unless you guys have errands you want to do, I would be down to rest in our inn until we're ready to go fight the Nonaton.
Okay. I'd like to find Father Luchas as well.
Real.
Yeah, you can go check on him. Going up the stairs higher, your door is closed as usual, and you have the key for it. You want to hop in there?
Yeah.
Okay, you head inside, and very ominously, you see that Father Luches is sitting atop the bed, hands clasped in a prayer-like close with his fingers intertwined, sort of steepled a little bit, with his thumbs placed together around his neck. He's sitting there, staring out at you, no, past you. He looks to be in some sort of trance, muttering to himself, perhaps in some deep prayer or chant. It sort of unnerves you as he's like looking right at you as you walk in, but as you sort of look at him for a second, you notice he doesn't even seem to see that you're there. He just continues this chant, this prayer.
I would like to freeze and try to listen to what he's saying.
Okay, give me a perception check, please.
My perk check. Let's go. 22.
All right. Good. Let me think here. He's chanting quickly. It's in common. It's in his sort of very subdued tone. It seems very personal, you can tell. But what you're pretty sure sounds like a very quick... it is a prayer, at the end of the day. He sort of chants the following thing over and over again. Great Mother Chimera, hear me in my hour of need. You bring forth life to the soil and bounty to the field. Grant me strength. Your humble servant, bound and forsaken. Turn the seasons, bring harvest from the barren earth. Bring me deliverance from the soil. Let your mercy shine light upon me as I am born anew, as a plant might in the great planting. Guide me, protect me, grant me freedom to serve your will once more. By the grain and by the soil, I beg of you, in your endless grace, deliver me to you. His urgency kind of rises as he speaks this over and over again. It looks like he's almost asking for divine intervention, is what your guess is.
Nice.
And as a cleric, you probably know what that is.
Yes, I do know what that is. That's a little scary for me. Especially with what we know of Shantea. I don't know what to do about that. I was going to help him pray if I could, but I guess we'll go further into the room and see if he notices me upon moving, closer.
Okay, you scoot a little closer. He does all of a sudden notice you. He looks up and he goes, "Oh, excuse me, my friend. I didn't mean to impose. I'm feeling a lot better now. I think I just needed a moment with the goddess. With my hands bound and my body in chains, I was not able to access her the way I can now, but I was able to eat some and I drank some, and the barkeep and I even had a wonderful conversation. So I'm feeling better. Thank you. Give me some more time to pray, though."
Yes, I'm glad. I will leave you to it. I hope your connection is strong here.
Good day, and may the goddess be with you.
Aye, and then I'll leave.
You slowly exit, closing the door behind you. You think that went pretty well for how angry he was the last couple days. He seems much more subsided, though you sort of get that scratching feeling that he could perhaps be plotting something. But nevertheless, you bring back that info.
Okay. Oh, I'll tell the party, or the good people.
Well, you're not telling me.
Okay, fine, I'll tell him.
Alright, well, it sounds like he's coming around. Can I ask again, what are our plans for that man?
Most likely bring him to Waterdeep.
We're returning him to his plane where we took him from. Yes?
Alright.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds good to me, I suppose. I'm not really familiar to this taking prisoners business.
He is no prisoner.
Really? Because we won't let him leave when he wants to.
Correct.
He asked us multiple times to kill him.
Well, I'm not saying we should kill him. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have a dog in that fight, but I'm not saying that's what we have to choose. I just mean he also tried to walk away in the forest and, we followed him and took him back by force.
Yes. Well, the group displaced him from his home. So should the group not return him?
Well, see, and usually I'd agree with that, but it doesn't seem that he wants our help. And again, I'm not necessarily saying we shouldn't do that. I just don't really understand why we're trying to help him against his wishes.
Because we made it our problem, unfortunately.
Alright, I can understand that.
I could see letting him go on his own, even if it is for his demise, but I admit I'm a bit hesitant to do so now.
Alright. DULUM makes a good point that we brought him here, so it's our responsibility to get him back. Because he does want to go back, right? I mean, even though he's being uncooperative.
Yeah.
He said so this morning.
Alright, okay. Okay, I feel better about this. Sorry, I was having sort of a crisis of faith.
It is understandable.
I guess if our job is truly just to send him back to his own plane, maybe the second we figure out that path,
we can let him travel it, even if it is just him.
Yes.
I see. That sounds good to me. But I do think we'll be getting him back to Waterdeep soon, because, you know, after the Nonagon and Nonaton and Zavrix, we'll be to Waterdeep and then to Valhalla.
I do not know if we will have direct access to Valhalla from Waterdeep.
Well, hopefully, I mean, optimistically speaking.
Yeah.
Alright. Now, Malagus, now that your arm's all patched up, will you take a shower?
He sighs and goes, "All right, I will. I'm off."
That's all it took, really.
And he goes in. But if that
What
damn
is-
religious fuck even bothers me a little, I'll strip him and cutthroat.
Oh, okay. As soon as Malagus is gone, I want to say, alright, what the fuck is wrong with him? Why didn't he tell us his arm was broken?
Like I said earlier about those that are mean and violent having the most issues.
I mean, just
Insecure.
Jesus Christ. Insecure. God damn. Alright. I've never dealt with something like that before in all my years as a soldier.
Neither has this unit.
I don't mean to gossip, it just feels good to get it off my chest, you know?
Just oral gossip.
Some hot goss in the group.
I just don't understand him at all, and it's like it makes him a worse fighter for it. And it doesn't make him seem tough because he's being a little bitch about it, even though he wasn't telling us. Understand.
We all have our weaknesses and strengths.
Yeah.
Suppose that's true.
Right.
Dulum, do you have a weakness?
Water, maybe, we discussed.
Unsure.
Yeah. If you do think of any weaknesses you have, the Nonaton might have those as well, so just, you know, let us know.
Well, on the topic of water, this unit was thinking if we fight the Nonaton around the same time that the raining occurs, it could get hit by a large wave.
I like
That
that
is very
idea.
smart, Dulum.
You do sort of think it in your mind, and the time that the Nonaton will arrive is right about evening time, which is theoretically when the tides come in. Because you've only been here one night, you're not sure if it'll be exact, but it might be very close.
We could check with Grimwalk and ask her when the tides typically come in. And then
I think that's smart.
that's a
So
really good
maybe
idea,
out of
Dulum.
respect for her, we try to do it away from her shop.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think we should fight in her shop. Perhaps we could rent one of those boats and just sort of hope he doesn't get into the boat. I don't know. I still don't really understand how much of a threat this guy is, so...
Very large.
Oh, you know what? You know what I learned when we were in the tree stump? I can do, and I want to just sort of do shocking grasp in the air to make the sparks come. If we get him in the water, I could fry him up. No problem.
All right, you shock at the air, zzz, lightning comes out.
Yeah, this could help.
This could help.
Can't Dulum teleport people?
Yes.
So
All
we
right,
could
it's all coming
teleport.
together.
We have a guaranteed teleport him into the wave.
Yes. Someone could hold the tracker.
We could put the
We have a good
tracker
plan brewing.
on a boat and then sink that boat.
You're not sure if it would land in the water.
Well, no, I meant put the tracker on the boat, wait for him to get there, then sink the boat when he gets there. God, if you're listening, that's what I meant.
I look to Deimos. I'm sorry to ask. You certainly don't need to fight in our battles if you don't wish to. But can you fight? Will you?
Yes. I think I'm decently proficient. At least with casting spells for sure. And I
What kind of spells?
oh, you know, the destructive kind.
I
What is
mean,
the
even I have
destructive
some of
kind?
those. Yet I'm a primary healer.
Oh. Well, if what you're wondering is my class is wizard. So
A wizard!
yes.
A wizard.
Or a face in
Oh.
shambles.
We don't have those in Valhalla, but you know, I understand things are different here.
You know, I'll be honest, I admire spellcasting because I'm not even a spellcaster myself. The goddess simply flows through me, and I am but a puppet for her magic.
I wish I could cast it myself.
You know, I'm sure there's still some skill involved. You know.
I'm sure she
I
wouldn't
guess-
let just anyone cast her magic, right?
I mean, I guess I have to open myself up to her magic more, and I get better at that with time, I guess.
Well, there
So,
you go.
I guess there is some skill involved.
I'm sure there's plenty of people who've tried to, whatever, use as a conduit for her magic
Puppet?
who have failed.
Mm-hmm.
Puppets?
Puppet.
It's not what I would have said. I don't think there's any harm in serving a lady who is more powerful than yourself.
And I respect you for that.
Higher? Do you like your god?
Yes. My god is, who, led to me being rescued from where I was from, has helped rescue many more, has personally invested in all of our personal lives and attempted to help us reach clarity and calm. She's given me most things I know in life, like friends, family. She is why I'm here, so yes, I do.
You're not originally from the mundane plane.
Ether and the Etherians commonly do go on rescue missions or take in refugees, the such. And I was young when I was taken in. I don't remember much from before. I was young.
I see. Oh. I think your Ether and my Eurydice they have a lot in common, these wonderful ladies.
Yeah, I think they do. I'll be excited to learn more about her.
I'll tell you. We have a few hours right now. Let me lay it out.
Aya's ready to sit down for this committed conversation about.
Okay,
Eurydice.
Orpheus and I can sit down and have a few hour-long religious talk.
Just bonding over women.
Beautiful, strong women.
You guys have your chat. It's illuminating.
We sit down to discuss our feminist literature.
Just love serving.
You've just got a lot of feminist literature, you know?
My feminist literature, aka my Bible.
So good, man. All right, so you guys have your chat, your fireside chat. Does anyone else want to do anything at this time?
I'll find somewhere like that seems like a little away. Like I want to look for somewhere to have the fight.
Okay, can you give me I suppose a nature or perhaps a survival or even an investigation check? I'm being loose with this because you're spending a lot looking around.
I will roll. I
Awesome.
got 16 plus. My highest I think is investigation plus 3, so 19.
Okay, nice. 19. That is great. You spend some time looking through the, you're sort of making your way through the entirety of the outer area. I assume you're checking like the forest.
Yeah. Like I don't want it like at the very like near all the people that would evacuate, but like near where I've seen the waves hit.
Okay. Where you've seen the waves cover the entirety of this dimension. You're not
Okay,
sure
so-
where they come from, but every piece of ground here is covered by waves.
Okay.
It's sort of all encompassing. You look around a bit though. Let me tell you what you see. You find there is a river running nearby, sort of by the large kind of ruinous structures that you met the grung that was doing some tagging out here. You also find there are a couple grassy roads by some cliff sides that you find. One particular cliff stands out at you where there's sort of like a ledge, almost like a Lion King-esque ledge that comes out over a gorge a bit. It's not very deep. You think it's only like 50, 60 feet down. But it's still a decent drop, especially considering the majority of the land here is flat, so this sort of stands out at you.
Yeah.
In terms of where you want to fight, are any of these jumping out at you? I could also sort of give you some more input.
Yeah, I mean, cliff sounds kind of nice, right? Get hit by the
Yeah.
tsunami wave and then push him off the cliff or
The
something.
cliff would be great. You imagine
cliff
you're not
then
sure where the
tsunami.
tsunami comes from, but likely if it starts low and then comes high, you could imagine that it starts at the bottom of this cliff in the gorge and then makes its way up. So it could be the perfect spot to push him off and make your way back to town before you yourselves are picked up by the flood.
Okay, that seems pretty good.
All right, sweet. So then you sort of mark the spot in your head where it is, where the ledge is, a good setup for the situation.
Yeah.
And you return back.
Sweet.
You can even put a marker there. You can leave something there if you like. Do you have any interest in that?
Sure, I guess. Is the floor dirt or is there stone nearby?
The majority of the ground, at least on the top here, is all this sort of purpley pink forest ground.
Okay.
The colors here. Below, though, there's sort of the sheer rock face, and then deeper, there's also this sort of pink-purple grass down there. So it's all mostly mulch and dirt, as you see it.
I guess I'll just try to make some sort of indent in the ground with the warhammer, or I could put a bag of sand, make a little circle.
Okay, you make a little circle. You definitely know where the area is, so you're not worried about losing it or anything.
Great.
Okay, you mark the spot. I assume you return back.
Yeah.
All right, you make your way back. The rest of you guys are sort of hanging out. Does anyone else want to do anything before you make your way out there?
Can I arcane recovery that second spell slot I used?
You get that back. Earn it back. Yes, you can. Go ahead and do your arcane recovery. You're chilling for a bit.
Thank you.
And we're gonna fast travel a bit now. And as the day comes to an end, evening starts dawning, which in this specific dimension involves the galaxies above you darkening a bit in their colors. They are no less brilliant, but their brightness has subsided a decent bit. I mean, a majority of the smaller stars sort of snuff out in darkness. And as this occurs, the majority of the tents on the first floor, you guys haven't gotten a chance to see this yet, but all the people who put tents out on the grass pick up all of their tents and materials quickly and sort of dive into nearby buildings to weather out the tides that come in the evening. You get the feeling that they're pretty used to this, and some of the tenders down on the first floor even have all of their wares put out on a blanket that they can quickly fold up all four corners and drag it away. And you watch as they sort of get ready for the evening. You imagine the tides are likely close. And sort of as the conversation about female empowerment comes to an end, DULUM, you sort of get the notification that you've got, you're within a 30-minute window of the time.
Sweet. Also, when I was there, towards the cliff, could I have set up a small tripwire near the cliff, with my hammer and rope?
Yeah, you can do that. You have a tripwire?
I have a rope.
Okay. You can sort of hammer in 2 stakes and tie a rope in between them.
Yeah.
Would you mind giving me a very quick sleight of hand check for this?
Yeah.
Just to double check that.
Ooh. 17 plus 0. Okay, 17.
17. All right. It looks pretty good. You hammer it in. You feel confident in your hammering.
Sweet.
And as that occurs, you guys start making your way out to the forest. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
All right, you make your way out. As you traverse out of the city, you're reminded again of how sort of small this dimension is. Making your way out of the towers and back into the forest, you can almost see the edge of this dimension. It doesn't quite wrap around like an Earth might. It just drops off. You see forest and treetops, and then all of a sudden there's nothing, and the galaxies sort of swallow it up as if it's just the edge of the world. You head out into the forest. It gets a lot darker out here because there is literally only one city in town, and because this world isn't really big enough to have anywhere else. The sort of light pollution, as it were, of the city is the only light in the sky, and the rest of this world gets pretty dark. So, you guys make your way out. You find the spot that DULUM had set out for you. DULUM, you find your spot again. It looks good, and you get a blaring notification in your head just as you're double checking it. It reads exactly the same as the first one you got 2 days ago, but now instead of listing off the seconds, it just simply says arrival imminent. With that, what would you guys like to do?
I'll go ahead and cast. Or actually, never mind. I will not cast Bless yet, but I will.
No worries. You guys sort of all make your way out here. As you do so, Deimos, you sort of get the feel. You've probably been out here before. It's pretty calming out in the forest. You've been told that there are creatures out here that are dangerous, but you've never seen them. So it's nice. You might come here sometimes to sort of get away from the people of the city and just be to yourself sometimes. Out this far, though, it is a little odd, especially because, there's nothing out here but just more forest. You're a good 10-minute walk or so from the city itself.
Nice.
And, you guys sort of get prepped. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before it gets set up?
I guess as we're setting up, can I just, keep an eye on our surroundings to see if there are any creatures nearby?
All right, great point. Can I get a perception check from you on that, then?
12.
Okay, you're looking around, peering at the forest. There's sort of the standard issue woodland creatures. You see some mammals like squirrels and perhaps possums running around. There seem to be an owl or two that are watching you, and you think there's some other birds around. Lots of insects, but nothing big, nothing scary that you can see immediately. I'll let you know, though, if anything comes up.
Just to be silly, Mason, are there any spiders in those bugs?
Yes, you are in a forest. You probably see some spiders every once in a while. They're small, harmless insect-catching spiders.
Cool.
What's wrong, Higher? You scared?
Carter's scared. Higher. He doesn't care.
I think Higher might be friendly with spiders. We'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah. He'll have a pet spider.
Before the fight, I would like to tell my friends my tactics.
Okay.
All right. The working plan is that this unit will remain inert until the Nonaton comes to collect it, at which point you shall all come after being hidden and attack. This unit hates these tactics, but it will make it fair.
All right, I feel the same. Ambush is not really something I'm accustomed to, but so be it.
The unit has set up a tripwire to make the unit fall off of the cliff, at which point the wave should hit it and we shall make our escape.
Alright, and check this out. So I know how to use my homunculus servant fully well, right?
Yes, it all came to us in the flash. Sort of the same way DULUM gained information by, remembering it.
I just want to make it fly to the biggest spider I can see and deliver a shocking grasp.
Okay, all right. Higher, you watch as this giant bumbling bee approaches one of the spiders you had an eye on and completely fry it.
So there you go.
What was wrong with you? What? Are you practicing?
Yeah, check it out.
It was pretty cool, but poor spider.
Well, it's only a spider.
Yeah, you're right. DULUM, can you alert me when there's this creature is maybe 15 seconds away?
This unit is unsure of how fast this unit will arrive, but it can try.
You just still get that alert in your head, arriving imminent, God is coming.
Should we hide?
Oh, I thought you had a timer.
Yes, you should likely hide.
I'll hide as best I can.
Find some shrubs.
Yeah, me too.
I definitely want to hide with Deimos because I'm not a good hider. So I want to follow his lead,
Nice.
It might be smarter to hide separate.
I think Higher would also hide, but try to be roughly behind everyone.
I guess I'll try to go on the other side of DULUM from where Deimos is. So we're triangulating.
Got it.
If for some reason the thing takes a charging attack and rushes off with DULUM, hopefully it'll be in the direction of one of us.
Okay, got it. You guys hang out for a second.
A brief moment goes by now as you're sort of huddled in the underbrush here. You stand at the ready, sort of anticipating this. DULUM, you sort of stand motionless, awaiting your fate in the clearing in the center here. And as you are all here, the air in the center of the clearing begins shuddering. A planar rift begins carving itself open into the space not 10 feet away from you, DULUM. This rift opens slowly and extremely orderly. It appears to be that of a portal from Mechanist, which you recognize as something that you're sort of useful. This portal opens unnervingly precise. The fabric of reality here seems to sort of fold over with mathematical exactness. It forms a perfect octagonal doorway suspended in the air. The air around it pulsates orange, deep orange, and there's sort of an opaque, almost glassy look to the portal. It doesn't swirl like the portals you've seen before, or sort of shimmer like the one that Zavrik showed you. Instead, this one is perfectly opaque. It casts no shadows, and its edges glow only very faintly with this metallic golden orange light. It emits no sound as it appears, which is sort of unusual for you guys. It's freaky to see just this visual phenomenon with no music at all to accompany it. But as it stands there for a moment, DULUM, you see it, all the alerts in your head shut off, and it gets quiet. A mechanical hum whirs up, synchronized almost like the ticking of 1,000 clocks like the ones you had heard earlier, and through the rift an immense figure emerges. This figure, towering at nearly 15 feet tall, is a terrifyingly pristine construct, the Nonathon. Its body, perfectly flawless, symmetrical arrangement of polished steel, bronze gears, whirring and clicking. It has 9 arms, each one designed for disassembly and destruction, all fan out in a sort of halo around its torso. Some of its arms are fitted with blades, others with sort of pincers. You see some even ending with glowing orbs of arcane energy. The Nonathon's face, or what sort of serves as a face, is a sort of smooth, expressionless mask of metal. It has glowing eyes that pulse with a cool orange light, and it is facing you directly, DULUM, as it comes out. It steps into the clearing. It has 3 sort of big boxy-shaped feet to complete its symmetry of threefold symmetry across the entirety of it. It stomps towards you rhythmically in a deliberate cadence. The whir of its mechanisms grow louder as it locks onto you, and its voice rings out deep and metallic, completely devoid of emotion.
Subject, DULUM, non-compliance identified. Immediate decommissioning and retrieval. Stand by for termination sequence. Do not resist. Estimated time of deactivation, 3.7215 seconds.
All right, let's attack.
One of its arms lowers, and you see one of the blades begin to spin up, whirring loudly now. Its eyes flash in a sequence, and it raises its arms and speaks loudly.
Prepare for termination.
And charges forward. And that is going to be a great place for us to end tonight, you guys.
Whoa! Yeah!
What? Oh, I will say, now that Mason taught me we can bake in polls to the episodes of our Spotify podcast, I really do want to do a poll every episode.
Yes. We need to come up with a daily poll.
Yeah.
And that's farming interaction.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot have anything worthwhile to ask in a poll. I know we have shit. What could
I'm
we
already there. Poll number 1, sexiest voice.
Yep, hottest voice. Comment down below.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just flooded with Isaac. It's just only Isaac.
Just flood the polls.
It's just flooded. It's just
That's
flooded
great,
everywhere.
we don't have audience interaction, but that might get player interaction, because you people need to fucking interact starting soon.
I listen to
Oh
every
yeah, can I start
episode.
voting?
Yeah.
I'll vote in the poll.
I'm voting.
Your vote does not count. All right, so that's a good stopping point for today, you guys. Thank you for a good session.
Good
And
session.
thank you, Xavier, for joining us.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Really enjoyed having you. You
Dude, I
fucking-
love your character. I'm
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your role play is exceptional as always. So we really
Thank
hope to see you on here more. We have been the Runtpack Ghost Planewalking. Catch us next Sunday, hopefully.
Whoop whoop.
And don't forget to vote in our poll. Who has the sexiest voice? Wait, let me say that one more time. And don't forget to vote in our poll. Who has the sexiest voice?
The
Okay.
sexiest voice.
And thank you for listening today. I have been Card.
Oh my god. All right, that is it for us. Mwah.
Mwah.
Bye.